To session 29 of Watch for Falling Meteors. We have finished, well, the Unknowables have finished their exploration of the Isle of Dread and have set for home. We'll cover some downtime activities while they're in the process of that. But first, let's have somebody give us a quick summary for that point of inspiration. Oh my God, nobody has inspiration in the group. It's been the first time. I don't know if you guys have noticed, we have one inspiration per game gets awarded. So,
yeah,
this is the first time you guys used them all. Okay, Neil, take it away.
All right, so we started our adventure in the underground volcanic lake cavern. Luckily, having pre-instituted ourselves a little bit of water walking, which came in handy for a few folks. As we were exploring, we were sort of mind blasted or distracted by some kind of creature that crawled out of the lake and sort of stunned us for a surprise round, except for Steve, who was the only one not surprised. The rest of us who actually saw it looked on it kind of stupefied. Well, it proceeded to mind blast the whole party, which sucked. It left Karnan and Gamelon in like a stunned state where we were kind of held. And eventually dominated Karnan and Weedall, rather. But Karnan came through for us, making calamari twice with divine smites. Weedall tried his best to attack me and was warded off with some fancy lights and shields. After a rousing fight in which, these things crawled out of the water and attacked us with tentacles and whatnot, we managed to eliminate them all and did a little bit of further exploration and found a skeleton on a throne, which was eventually revealed to be the old pirate captain under the thrall of the Kopru. He had himself a kind of a gem on it, which turned out to be a stone of spell reserve, more or less, from Ixion, and the cavern had been cleansed, and hopefully the whole realm cleansed of the Kopru. We got a little bit of a history lesson on what went on there. We'd all found and fished out a bag of emeralds from the bottom of a bubbling, boiling hot prismatic spring.
Very pretty emeralds.
Yes, very pretty emeralds, without dying or burning himself to a crisp, so excellent all around there. And we walked back across the lake in a shroud of daylight to be celebrated by the locals. The remaining renegade clansmen were captured at the, in the village, and we proceeded to celebrate, some more than others. And that's kind of where we're at. So we sort of made an agreement that we're, a couple of things we're going to close up on the island, talk to some of the local tribes, let them know that the temple's clear and the only thing left is the wilderness, and set up some trade agreements and get moving back up northward towards the mainland. Which leads us to where we are at.
Thank you very much. Hey, Burning Heretic, good evening. So, you make your way south across the island. While it's not without danger, you've braved the wilds once. You mostly retrace your steps coming back through territories that you're familiar with. You do not see the dragon again. And as you arrive, I believe you guys said you would stop with the Rakasta to check in with them. They've already, at that point, had already started sending emissaries south down to the wall and have assisted in building the port, where they will bring furs, ivory, the various goods that they produce up there, as well as talking about bringing possibly live exotic animals for transport. So those are the imports they're willing to offer. They're exports. They are looking for in return metal, works of art, as well as exotic foods that they don't have access to, because the Rakasta, you notice from their tents, try to live a pretty extravagant life, really, considering they live out in the middle of a wilderness island.
Oh, I mean, they appreciate the finer things in life.
Yeah.
Weedall, do you know any painters that paint giant balls of string?
I'm sure we could. I'm sure we could figure it out.
Some of the Rakasta, some of the younger ones, have also expressed an interest in hitching a ride back to the mainland, as they would like to see the world and explore. Curiosity is getting the better of them. The elders have some consternation about it, but they want to make their way, and your boat's the first one leaving. And they know it'll be probably months before another boat's back.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, sure, we could use the help. Why not?
So the Teneroans, as we'd said when you arrived, they'd already finished one pier, but it's really just the most basic form. It's just a pier with a lot of rope to tie off and it's stable enough to tie off a boat, where the Brigandine is currently in harbor when you guys reach the village of Tangaroa. They also, some of the mostly younger tribesmen are quite interested in learning to operate the harbor. They're thrilled by the idea of meeting strangers and new people. Some of the youngest boys want to come as well. Would like to hitch a ride on the Brigantine to go back to where you're from, so that they can explore. One of them, his name is Roakaha, R-O-A apostrophe K-O apostrophe H-A. Yeah, here, I'll type it.
I got it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Koha.
So,
Aha.
he would actually is interested in accompanying you. Not the boat. He wishes to accompany you.
Us.
Yes.
2.
He is from the Turtle Clan.
Oh.
So, more specifically, he wants to follow Gamelon. He said that he explains that in his dreams, he understood that it was his purpose to follow you and to learn the teachings of the Turtle God.
Okay. Fantastic.
He might even air
Was he
quote
giving him, like,
Ixion.
turtle love eyes, or
Nothing, no bestiality seems to be implied. But he's definitely eager.
Is he
he's
a
wearing
Rakasta or is he a turtle?
No, this is a human male.
Tangaroa.
He's
A
one of the
human
tribesmen
male, okay.
of the Teneroans.
There was a big tribe we encountered.
He's wearing
Yeah.
he's wearing a chest plate made of strung together rib bones. He has a spear that's the most perfect shaft ever. Like this kid is he looked through a lot of jungle to find this. It's probably the best looking spear you've seen among the villagers.
are we sure he's not giving turtle love eyes with the perfect shaft? I'm just
He's
saying.
got a large shield with like a teardrop shape and sandals, but that's pretty much everything he has. He has a little bag on a little leather bag strung on a strap across his chest, and apparently that's all of his possessions is what's in that bag, and he's ready to go.
He'll fit in nicely then.
He's a cheap date.
He is starting to learn Common, well, Thyatian. He's been learning Thyatian ever since you left, so that he would be able to talk to you when you returned. It's very, very choppy Common, but he can typically convey what he's trying to say. He seems to understand Common about as badly, so there's definitely a lot of charades. He can basically indicate hunger, kind of communicate what you want him to do, but there's definitely a language barrier still. Although maybe that'll be his downtime activity as you guys are heading north.
No, Weedle will teach him knots. Turn a sailor into him yet.
Okay. All right. So the Teneroans are kind of in the same boat. They have a lot of pineapple will be a big export for them. Although I don't think they call it pineapple. I don't remember what we said they call it, but they're pineapple fruit and a bunch of tropical fruits that they can export, and they are looking for basically anything from the mainland they will trade for.
All right.
So we could double down with pig iron and a few art pieces, and the Teneroans and the Rakasta will be happy.
Okay. So as you
Some
leave
silk
this, as you
clothing.
leave north to head back to Specularum, the all you're really taking with you right now is just samples. With both tribes or with both groups, the arrangement is you bring down what you want to trade, we'll exchange at a fair value, then you take your product back.
Is Busy with us?
Yes, Busy is with you right now.
Okay.
He's probably done his bit to renovate the cargo holds to have more secure lashings and stuff. Like he's definitely been filling his time with gadgets and trinkets.
I look at the pier and say, "We're gonna have to dock your pay."
Oh God. Okay, so at that point, you all board the brigantine and begin the long, about 2-week journey back to the mainland. And even here, you've noticed, because it's been about a month since you touched down here. Like when you landed here about a month ago, because it took about 2 weeks to reach the center of the island, about 2 weeks to get back. And then on top of that, it'll be another 2 weeks back. So about 4 months will have passed by the time you get home. We're looking at roughly 2... Huh? Yes? Why? Okay, my wife needed my phone. So,
Rounded.
So, like I said, it'll be about 4 weeks of travel to get back, or 2 more weeks of travel to get back once you get to the boat to reach Specularum, and then from there, another week or so to get back to. Well, we'll get to Specularum. You guys can figure out what you want to do from there. But so you've got about 2 weeks of downtime on the ship.
Weeks or months?
Weeks. Sorry, 2 weeks on the ship. By the time you reach Specularum, about 3 months will have passed. 3 to 3.5 months.
Gotcha.
As you continue the journey north, you definitely notice that it's starting to get cooler. It's definitely moving into winter. In Karamikos, it definitely snows in the mountains and hills. It gets very cold on the lower lands closer to the water. You see some snow, but not a heavy amount. Think like North Carolina or Virginia. It's like Virginia actually gets quite a bit of snow, but like you're getting a little further south when you're in Karamikos. So there is snow, but it's typically not like impassable until you get into like the mountains, and that's when you have to deal with really bad cold and heavy snow. So, during the 2 weeks on the boat, and really we'll just call it the 4 weeks, counting your travel across the island, because your trip back was fairly safe. Let's just run down the line of what everyone's doing with those 4 weeks. Nace.
I don't have too much to do. I'd just be reading my books and all that stuff. I would like to, when we get back, see what we can do about maybe trading with the place east of Diatia. I think that'd be fun.
Alphatia?
Yeah, Alphatia.
Well, okay. Let me clarify. It's actually you have Theodos, which I'll go ahead and show this on the map here. So this is the Empire of Theodos, this area that's highlighted with a red border. To the east of that is actually a massive continent that's about the size of the known world, and that is called the Isle of Dawn. The Isle of Dawn looks kind of like a boot that's leaning a little bit, and the Isle of Dawn is contested. Basically, the western half is controlled by Theodos, the eastern half is controlled by Alphatia.
Sounds like two places that need supplies.
Right, with a middle area in the center that neither of them really can get a foothold because it's a very wild land.
They
Then
could with our supplies.
Now, to the east of that is Alphatia, which is a continent that's even larger than the Isle of Dawn. It's massive, and really all you know about Alphatia are rumors. It's a land of wizards. So,
well,
and
good.
the Isle of
We
Dawn
set
is
up
where
trade
Weedle
there. We
came
can just
from.
Keep going.
So Weedle came from the Alphatian side of the Isle of Dawn.
I say that sounds like a great spot to go next.
Okay.
I would love to do that, but that's about it.
Okay.
So, like, if Busy has any ideas or anything, we can trade and all that, and what we can set up around town or anything.
Now, making the trip, especially, are you talking to the Alphatian side? Because that involves airships or a big-ass sailing boat. Because you're sailing farther than it took to get to the Isle of Dread to reach that side. Okay. So, all right. So really what you're looking to do is build contacts
a trade empire.
In a trading empire. Okay. We're going to probably... That's probably going to be a
that's more of a
activity.
group discussion more than anything else.
But that's a plan that you want to have for the group. That's definitely going to probably fall under a carousing issue. You're looking for contacts for trading, in addition to Jadarin, who you have now. Okay, Weedle. In fact, this can also cover just your downtime activities at your planning period. It doesn't have to fit in this 2 weeks, because when you get to Specularum, it's not like we say, okay, we're done. If you guys have more stuff you want to do, then we'll just do that. All right, so Weedle, what are your plans in the background of the adventuring life?
So Weedle is talking with Nace, and as Nace is coming up with this grand scheme of where he wants to trade, Weedle is trying to figure out the best logistics routes, right? Are they going to be boat? Are they going to be overland? Are we going to need those airships, a whole fleet of airships in order to do it? So Weedle's taking care of the logistics side of Nace's grand scheme. And as far as what he's doing on the boat, he's practicing his knots. He's teaching basic sailing to Rankaha.
Roakaha.
Okay.
And he will correct you if it's ever mispronounced.
That's fine.
Let's just call him Ron.
And he's getting a little bit more familiar with his katana because it's a relatively new weapon to him. So that's what he's doing.
Awesome.
Okay. Cricket. Shut up. Go on. No, go on. Karnan, what are your plans?
Karnan thought he might try to brush up on his Dwarvish, seeing as that could have been helpful in the past.
Yeah, you're also just south or west of Highforge as well, I believe. Which, let me see. Yeah, you guys are just west of Highforge is like across the river and into the hills, which is a dwarven gnomish community. So it's also a local trading partner. So, okay, so you'll be focusing on trying to learn pick up a language. Now, what did you guys build? A travel house?
Arnon's place.
We built an inn.
That's right. Yeah. So you built an inn, and the proprietor of the inn that's running it for you guys is actually a dwarf. So
yes,
that would give you a mentor to try and learn it from. Okay. How about Stefan?
I am going to be focusing on relaxing and assisting with the learning common. But I won't say no to pit fighting or gambling.
Okay. So I will point out there is no pit fighting on the boat. Yeah. Captain's not going to let unless you own the boat. Pit fighting's not going to happen on the boat.
Fair enough.
Oh, we did own the boat.
No, this is Jadarin's boat.
Oh, okay. But we get all the fish we can eat.
That's right. Well, actually, not even that now because they don't have any fish. But the
We're in an ocean, man.
the guy that hired you is paying the fee for the boat.
Hmm.
Because he's not dead.
And
And he got to taste Hydra for the first time.
that's right.
Oh man, that's a
Yeah,
heavy,
and that stuff's
that's a
starting to
heavy
go
meal.
south. the Hydra meat's starting to turn a little
Well, they
bit.
should have eaten it by now.
They ate
It's
most
been-
of it. You guys did get a lot of
Well, they
Hydra
could
meat.
salt it and
Yeah,
And
dry
we're
it.
jerky.
probably down to Hydra jerky. So
Yeah,
Now,
Or lutefisk.
this was it a keelboat or a sailing ship? I don't remember.
I can dig back through my notes if you really need to know.
I think it was a sailing ship.
It was a boat.
I'm on a boat.
No, it might have been a keelboat.
I'm still on a boat.
Okay. I was just looking at how much they were. So,
I have the Klingon in. I don't have what kind of boat it was.
okay. Yeah, I believe the Brigandine is a sailing ship. It has, or it might be a keelboat. It only has one mast, though. That's what I can't remember. Anyway, if it was a sailing boat, you guys could probably just buy it. But the keelboat the sailing ship's a little more expensive. The keelboat you could probably just buy.
The keelboat's like a littoral craft.
Yeah. So you you're helping him learn combat. As far as the fighting pit, that can be an activity if you're interested in. Are you interested in running a fighting pit or creating a fighting?
Oh
pit?
no, just if one comes
Like
up.
participating in a fighting pit.
Yeah.
To pass the time.
Same with the
Okay.
gambling.
Brawling.
Well,
Yeah.
It's pretty easy to find fighting bouts in Specularum. Like that's no
And
problem
you can
at all.
find sparring partners on the boat. I mean, come on, they're sailors.
I mean,
Yeah,
I
I
just
mean-
want to I'm gonna mix the relaxing with some exercise.
Okay. And some gambling.
Yeah, if it comes up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bet on who will win.
All right. So, Neil, Gemelon.
I am going to be working on educating this lad in the religious arts, as well as my brewing.
Okay. So there is no one who would be considered an accomplished enough brewer to be a mentor on the boat. But if that's an activity you're interested in Specularum or back at whatever you guys are calling your Dominion, the Windrush Dominion, then you'd be able to hire a brewer at that point to teach you what you want to learn.
Okay.
So, 2 weeks go by. You arrive in Specularum in Mirror Bay, named thusly because it is a very large bay that's shielded almost completely from the ocean, except for a very narrow strait that passes through, and then the lake is ridiculously calm. On most days, it looks just like a massive, giant glass of mirror. And it just has gentle ripples as boats move through it, like they're just gliding on Mercury. So you find yourself in the very impressive shadow of the city of Specularum, which is up on a large mountain to the west of the bay, and rises, well, not mountain, hillside, but rises several hundred feet up above the level of the water, with ringed tiers around the city, with the Duke's Keep up on the very large and imposing at the top of the hillside.
Is the arrow pointing to the general area?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh yeah,
thank you.
here I can zoom in. Yeah, so that's
you.
Specularum. In fact, how about we switch maps here and we'll go with the.
They've had time to reprovision. Are we going to get to do any shopping?
Grand Duchy of Kermikos. Yes, we will be able to hit up shopping for sure. Cricket, I swear to God, you need to shut up.
Yeah, you said winter's coming. Is there a place to get like winter clothes or?
Nowhere on the whole continent.
Specularum
Gotta make our own.
sells plenty of winter clothing. Although here typically winter clothing is comprised of a wool fur cloak, as opposed to your whole outfit. It's mostly people just wear like heavier leather or cloth or wool, and then have a large fur cloak that they wear over all that to stay warm.
Yeah, I didn't know they'd have anything like heavy duty where, like, if you're going in the mountains in winter or something.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's see here. I'm looking for
Got a sweet maul.
Isn't there like endure elements as a spell?
Duchy of Karamikos.
Hey, I don't have all that many spells.
Oh, would you like a
They're
pearl
all
of power?
rituals.
One. There it is. Okay, so let's share this one with everybody.
If you
wanna
would
give the
mind
Pearl of
not
Power
attacking
back?
me for 10 minutes.
Well, I've got the stone, and I can only have 3 things attuned. So
Yeah, I could take it back.
why don't you note that pearl of power back on here? I'll drag it. Drag it.
Yeah, drop it on the inventory. I'll grab it.
There you go.
Well, does anyone else? Because I technically have 3 things attuned right now.
How many can you have attuned?
3,
3.
unless you're an artificer.
If there's any spellcasters who want to use the pearl of power, it gives you for 1 action. It gives you an extra spell slot back.
Well, that's either going to be
Karnan or
It could be
Stefan.
anyone but
Stefan
you.
or Connor. And it won't
Although
be
that's
me.
pretty huge for Nace to get back a spell slot.
Every day you get 1 extra spell slot back.
I mean, that's
Yeah.
like really big for Nace.
I have a ring of mind shielding, which is a lot of fun to have. But I mean, I would.
What's your
What
other
else do you have
things?
attuned?
Ring of Cloak of Protection,
Uh huh.
and what else?
Thought I had something else. Maybe I didn't. I don't remember.
So I've got my luck stone and my prayer beads. So
Oh, the Wander of the War Mage +2.
Oh, is that
one of the
attuned?
ones.
Oh yeah.
Oh, requires attunement. I see.
Well, I'm down to defer. My spells aren't really awesome.
That's an extra smite for Karnan.
For Karnan.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's
so
something
it's
like
extra
with
max levels.
concentration. Like he could cast Bless with it, or it's a heal spell,
Or get a spell slot,
baby.
or get a spell slot back for another divine smite.
But
so.
the other thing is, like, I have a ring of mind shielding, which will it allows other creatures to read your thoughts, determine whether it prevents them from doing that.
Yeah.
Creatures can telepathically communicate with you only if you allow it, and when you die, your soul enters that ring.
Well, give it to either Karnan or Steve, because
I'm for Karnan.
turns into a 3rd level smite,
Hmm.
I think, right?
What's the level of the spell it can restore?
That's my 2
It
cents.
restores 3rd levels for me.
I think I've only got a 2nd level, though.
Oh, one level less than what you used.
Okay.
I think
So
on
I
my
could
So
restore
spells.
if
first
if
level.
you have an expended 3rd level slot, it'll give you a 2nd one back,
Right.
etc.
No,
Yeah,
that's an
sounds
extra
right.
smite.
Yeah,
And that's big.
Yeah, it's still
That's
it's
big.
an extra 1st level smite.
yeah, it's a big deal.
Why don't you go ahead and grab it then? It's in the party sheet.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, do you know how?
I see the party
You
sheet,
drag
I
it
see
from the inventory sheet, drag that shield into your actual equipment
Right.
list.
My inventory.
Well, go to the party sheet and click the inventory tab, and there's Pearl
Yep,
of Power
got it.
there. You can grab a little dot next to it and drag it onto your inventory tab.
There you go.
Got it.
Perfect. Okay. What was this? Moon touched longsword. Oh, that's one that glows. Okay. So you arrive in Specularum, and what's your plans in Specularum? Are you here briefly, or are you just stopping, hitting the merchants, and then moving on to get back home, or what are the goals you want to accomplish in Specularum? I'm assuming you want to cash in.
Yeah, we want to cash in, we want to do some shopping, and then I'm all for going and setting up Karnan's place and then seeing where we go after that.
Is this a place where we get those contacts for the Isle of Dawn or whatever it's called?
You could absolutely Specularum would be the best place to look for you to do carousing here.
We might want to check in on. Might want to check in on as we head back up to our holding. I guess we could check in on the Penhaligon, the Duke up there, see what he's doing.
I'm gonna hit Specularum. I'm moving you guys down to Specularum on the map.
If it's on the way.
It's not really on the way.
It's not really.
Then-
Penhaligon is about a day's travel by road. No
Yeah,
more
there's
than
our-
that.
there's our-
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
We've done
It's
that.
about 3 days from Kelvin. Like 3 days the wrong direction. to
There's our
get there.
holding right here.
Yeah, I just figure Specularum would be better because it's
It's a bigger
more
city.
towards the coast.
Yeah.
Now, the guy who hired you to set up
in
the trade route was in Penhaligon.
Penhaligon.
But
Then-
as soon as you get here, like you could get to Specularum and then send to let
Busy.
him know, and or Busy can contact him, and he'll just come down. So he'll meet with you in Specularum. He even said he has contacts in Specularum.
Yeah.
So
It's a bigger city. It offers more
Thanks,
for us.
Busy.
So let's do that.
So he can organize that trade route as far as establishing a stable trade route back and forth. His plan right now, once it was proved that this is fruitful, I did not mention there are pearl beds near Tangaroa, and some of the villagers are accomplished divers, and that was one of the other exports they are offering is pearls.
Very nice.
from the
Glory.
pearl bed.
And we do kind of want to make the Tanaroans aware that we're the primary trading partner, and then everybody else will try to screw them.
Yeah, okay. Sure. They think you guys are great, especially when they heard that you killed the Thunder Lizard. They don't know that it wasn't the Thunder Lizard they've seen, but when you guys explained you killed a Thunder Lizard, they were like, all right, these guys are it. So, because as far as they're concerned, you killed a god.
And we'll do it again.
They didn't
So-
even see us dubstep across the pond.
So,
Imagine
they
if that
didn't.
story gets out.
Busy has insisted that he will accompany the first trip back down to make sure that the trading is fair. And Busy is also organizing setting up a portmaster there who will live there and be in charge of the trading on that side to look out for your interests at the harbor.
It's a good idea.
So that it's not just like he will determine what is a fair trade and look out to keep the villagers' best interests at heart. A big thing he's looking for is woodworking tools and stuff to raise the level of carpentry they're capable of down there to where they're no longer living in grass huts and stuff. So
Does Busy have sending?
I believe he does, yeah.
I do.
Oh. Well, that way Busy can
Gamla does, yeah.
communicate.
But yeah, Busy will be able to. Somebody there will have sending and be able to communicate. It might even be Busy will spend his time making a device so that you can do sending with whoever's holding the other end of the device. He's going to build a long-range magic walkie-talkie.
I mean, we could just, there's books that do that.
Satellite
Neebs,
phones.
come in.
That's true. Oh, you know, that's a good idea. Yeah, maybe we'll just do the book. Well, that might be his downtime activity is creating a magic item. So, to create that, was it the Travelers? I don't remember what that book's called.
But yeah, it's something like that that
But-
lets you.
There's a journal.
You write
There's
in
two
one.
of them. If you write in one,
Yep.
it appears in the other one's page.
Yep.
So.
If you write in one, it appears.
So,
I'm looking for magical winter clothes, maybe some magical snowshoes.
magical snowshoes. Okay.
You've got walk on water. What more do you need?
Okay, no problem. So
I mean, snow's just frozen water.
right.
Same thing.
All right, I didn't know.
No, it's a good call. Items. So, need to close
Boots
this.
development time.
So I have 2 items I'm looking for.
Okay, so let me get a piece of paper so we can just get down what everybody's looking for and understand that you guys were here a month ago. No, you weren't. You guys were here 3 months ago, and you guys cleaned out the city then, as far as what equipment you could find. So understand
Yeah.
that there is not a lot of like rare items are not typically something you buy at the market. Those are things you find. Really, it's uncommon and common magic that can be found. Specularum, just about any common item is available. I mean, well, not any, but a lot of common magic, some uncommon magic, but rare items are just that. They're extremely rare to find. Typically, it's more like hunting for a buyer. That can even be a downtime activity, that I'm looking for someone who has this item. So, Scott, sounded like you were ready to go. I'm serious. You need to stop it. They're asleep already. They went to bed, so I don't even know what you're going on about. Just lay there. Good girl. Just stay right. No, don't jump up. Stay. That's good.
Kids, jeez.
Are you talking to me still?
Stay.
Okay. What is
all
Weedle
right.
looking for?
So I'm looking for braces of archery or another immovable rod. Those are the uncommon items.
Another immovable rod?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
If you put them
and
both together, you have an immovable staff.
if I can find it, it is a rare item, Cloak of Displacement. So I may start setting out the feelers that I'm interested in that.
Okay.
That is a rare item, though.
Yeah. Okay.
That's it.
Karnan, any specific items or anything you're looking for?
No.
Okay.
Just you replenish my stocks of arrows.
Sure,
He's
sure.
also looking for bracers of archery.
I already have bracers of archery.
He's already got them.
Oh, awesome.
Stefan.
I'm
Oh,
pre-bracers.
bracers of archery sounds awesome. I don't think I have those.
don't think bracers of archery affect crossbows.
Okay. Well,
no.
I do need to
Bow and short
replace
bow.
my hand crossbow.
Okay.
Which, it doesn't have to then be anything special. I mean, yeah. If it's
You wanna
special,
replace
that'd
it?
be cool, but yeah, because I gave it to. I forget who I gave it to, but I
Oh,
gave
that's
it to one
right.
of those guys.
You gave it to one of the villagers. No problem. So yeah, you just get another hand crossbow. As far as just getting a
All right.
regular one, you don't even worry about that. It's 25 gold deducted. That's about it.
We'll do
And
that.
both of you can refill your quivers and all that stuff. That's
Excellent.
automatic.
I'm
Just
assuming
make
we
sure
long
you
rested
add the
coming
ammunition.
on this long trip, right? So.
Oh
spell
yeah,
slots
here,
and
let me
all
long
that.
rest everybody. Cricket, shut up! Stop talking.
Yeah.
God. She's adorable, but man, she's normally not down. Like we're still 10 minutes away from when she's normally down here. Hi. Okay. Gimmelin.
Don't need a thing.
Okay, and then Nace.
I'm good.
Okay, so let's just
I
cover.
guess
Oh.
maybe some,
Nope,
maybe
I am
some
good.
winter clothes if that's coming.
Sure,
yeah,
sure.
I just
we're
wanted the
we're
winter
gonna cover
clothes, but
We're covering the winter clothes all at once. Oh, and Stefan was actually looking for magical.
At least
Leather
snowshoes. It'd
Sure.
be awesome if they were
Okay.
magical.
So let's check here real quick. Okay. You do find a cellar, Steve, particularly because winter is approaching. And as I said, approaching, I'm not going to say the line. It is approaching, and a guy has a set of boots. Looks something like this. He says these are boots of the Winterlands. They're furred boots. They're very warm and snug. They size to fit the wearer. While wearing them, you have resistance to cold damage. You ignore difficult terrain created by ice or snow, meaning you have complete traction on ice and snow. And you can tolerate temperatures as low as 50 degrees below 0 Fahrenheit without any additional protection. If you are wearing heavy clothing or a fur cloak, you can go as low as 100 degrees below 0.
Can I afford? How much for the boots, good sir?
Like
He
bracers
is
of hiking.
looking for 1,000 gold pieces.
I feel like I need boots. Seems like I need to take care of my feet.
Okay,
What? How many platinum is that? Is that
That's
100?
that's 100 platinum.
takes me down to 14 platinum.
All right.
Is Weedle with him?
But look at your fancy boots.
Yeah, I got new boots, guys. I can run faster now.
I
Look like
dropped
Ugg
those
boots.
boots on your sheet.
Thank
And
you.
then let's make sure I identified them. I might not have. I did
What,
not.
what do Steve's boots do? Well, boots of the Winterlands.
Boots of the Winterlands. Yeah.
He
Yeah.
can't slip, he can't fall, and he can walk around naked as long as his boots are.
As long as his boots are
As long as I got my boots
I
on.
linked them.
Not with this group.
I like your short sword.
some
All right.
resistance to cold. Nice.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Too
Resistance
much
to
talk about immovable
cold.
rods. I don't really.
All right. This falls under
Movable
items.
Boots of the Winterlands. I see them.
What am I doing wrong here?
Boots of the Winterlands.
Create item. This is Boots of the Winterlands. And then I want to replace it with that. Did that work? That did not work. Alright, that's fine. Boots of the Winterlands. Category. This goes under items. And then we're going to add a effect.
Resistance to cold.
There it is. Add action effect. We will call this boots, and it gives resist cold. This targets you only, and it doesn't expire. There you go. All right, you have the effect. If you take
Thank you.
cold damage, it's automatically halved. And then you just need to remember that you ignore difficult
Yes.
terrain for snow and ice.
Okay.
Okay. So, Weedle.
Mm-hmm.
Bracers of Archer. Oh, by the way, those are attuned, Steve, so that's one of your attuned items. You can only have 3 attuned items. I don't think you have more.
I have a wand of webs that need to be
No.
attuned.
I don't think a wand is attuned.
It's the ones you
Yes,
have to like sit with
Wand of
during
Web
the
is
short
attuned.
rest.
Wand of Web
Oh,
is
is it?
attuned. Yep.
What else?
Then you
crossbow?
have the
Right.
crossbow
I
of
do have a
warning
crossbow.
is
That's
attuned.
certainly attuned.
Do you have a cloak
So-
of protection or anything?
I'm
No,
checking.
I have a few potions.
The potions
No.
are not. Nope, that's it. But you're full. You cannot have
I'm
another
full.
magic item.
All right.
So-
It'll be like some
You
magic
just have to
weapon.
swap one out if you get one.
Yeah, if you get another one, you would have to stop being attuned to something else. All right, and Weedle, let's look at what are you running attunement wise right now?
I think the only attuned item I have is the cloak.
Cloak of Protection, Gloves of Thievery.
I
Nope,
did not see
not
attunement on
attuned.
it.
The Immovable Rod, not
And
attuned.
then I've got a ring, but that's not attuned either.
Most lesser magic
Do you
items
have a
are
weapon?
Yeah, Ring of Water Walking,
It's +1.
Check
Stone
it.
Dagger of Returning,
That fancy dagger. Yeah.
Nope,
Nope.
it is not attuned.
Studded Leather Armor, nope. Okay, yeah. The Guitar, nope, not attuned. Okay,
Nope.
so you only have one attuned item right now.
Right.
Need to add that to the sheet, like your attuned item list.
I put
Okay.
a little A after it, which is why that Pearl of Power has an A after it.
That's a good idea.
It's a really good idea. Bracers of Archery do require attunement. Immovable Rod doesn't. And what's the other one? The Cloak of Displacement is what you're looking for?
That would.
Yes. Oh, that definitely would, but
It's
that would get
definitely
rid of my
attuned.
cloak of protection.
Wow.
That's a greater magic item.
Holy shit.
It's
Wait,
rare.
what?
No
What
kidding,
is
it is. While you wear
Cloak of
this cloak,
Displacement.
it projects an illusion that makes you appear to be standing in a place near your actual location, causing any creature to have disadvantage on attack rolls against you. If you take damage, the property ceases to function until the start of your next turn. This property is suppressed if you're incapacitated, restrained, or otherwise unable to move.
But it's just the start of the next turn.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's
That's
like
pretty amazing.
it's really good.
Yeah, but
That's a
until you
really
get
good
hit, like
But once you get hit,
It
yeah,
doesn't matter. It's like a free
yeah, but the
shield
next
stone.
turn it comes back up.
Right.
Yeah.
that's right.
Yeah, it's big.
That's right.
If it was like
It's pretty-
till your next short rest, it wouldn't
Yeah,
be so
no.
crazy. But that's
No,
insane.
it's pretty.
I mean, if you're
nice.
getting focused on attack, it takes one thing nicking you to stop it. But still.
Or an AE like spell or something.
Oh, that's true.
But
It's very, very impressive, though.
but it also allows me to get in a little closer and kind of
Right.
be a little closer.
It's pretty cool. So
It's like a one-hit mirror image spell is what it is.
I'm going to need you to roll a d20.
Okay.
Get a 20.
This is to see.
How about a 3?
Oh, I show a 19.
Yeah, I see 19 also.
I see a 3. I see a 3. I don't know what you guys are talking about.
Well, he wanted me to roll
Did
low.
you not see the die?
Okay,
So
now
the
just
die showed
FYI,
19.
you were rolling to see if you could find the bracers of archery, and the
Oh.
answer is no.
Okay.
Now check to see on the immovable rod. Nope.
That one was correct.
And check to see if you can find a Cloak of Displacement in Specularum. It's a really low chance. I just want you to know that. Okay. No. However, you did get the 25%. It was 5% chance you could find one in the city. 25% chance you could get a lead. So, you do have a lead on a wizard supposedly powerful enough to create one. This wizard can be found in Galantry and is known to occasionally do custom work in Darrican, at Darrican City specifically. So, if you were able to make your way up there, you might be able to arrange meeting with this wizard to create this cloak custom.
Okay.
Darrican said.
Yeah, or Galantry. He's from Galantry. He has a tower in Galantry. He's actually considered one of the ruling princes.
Well, Weedall is absolutely going to continue to.
And I can
ask
get you a
for
name
the-
later. I don't have a name in front of me.
I just want to say,
Remind me on
ask
that.
for
though,
the-
Scott.
for us to get in contact with
bracers.
Lord Jadarin, he's up that way.
Oh, okay.
Lord Jadarin
right-
operates out of his home is now Corin Keep.
Yeah, which is right near it.
Right. Well, it's like a week from Darrican City across a boat journey across the lake. But yeah, he's in the area. He's actually in the Silver Spring Mountains, which is in between. That's on the border of Galantry and Darrican. So you definitely have some people in the area.
I'm just saying, you could like reach out feelers to have him talk to him if we're doing that.
That's
I still
true.
say we go to Isle of Dawn though, because
You could use sending
Airship.
because you are familiar with Corin, Lord Corin, so you could use sending to communicate with him about contacting that wizard and see
Okay.
if he could start arranging it.
We can do that. But I
He'll
also
probably
want
wanna
to keep my
cut-
lookout for the. That's fine.
Like-
These are going to be expensive, guys.
Yeah.
I also want to keep my eye out for the bracers of archery because they're not super rare. They're not rare.
They're not. It's
They
just
just
a matter
didn't
of
have them.
there's only like a 30% chance of them being even in a large city for a common
Yeah,
item.
that's fine. Okay, so I'm done.
All right, so we got a bunch of shit everybody's wanting to sell here. Now, is there anything on the party sheet that is not being sold right now?
what's the scroll of anything that's a ritual for scrolls?
You've got the bowls that are worth 130-ish gold each. That would be to a person who paid full price for them. The gold and coral statues, you've got 3 of them. You'd estimate their value at around $2,000 each. A large collection of gold items that you guys have gathered. The moon-touched longsword, which is just a sword that glows. It is magical, but only in that it's considered a magic weapon. It doesn't have like a bonus or anything.
None
The
of those are
5
rituals.
perfect emeralds, and then scroll of command, healing word, and shield of faith. Are these things just being sold then?
I think everything's sellable unless
Okay.
someone
Fine,
wants
nothing
something.
So-
you can transpose.
I want to determine how good of a deal you get selling these items.
I'm not rolling.
Okay, so
I'll roll.
someone is going to need to do either persuasion, deception, or intimidation.
I will lie my ass off.
So deception? Okay.
Oh, I did not box that. Sorry.
That's fine. 16. 16's good. So 15 would be to get standard 50% for it. You get 55% of their value, which equates to a little over 6,000 gold. I'll divide that among the...
Wow.
Oh, and the longsword did not sell. Sell that, damn it. Unable to determine the cost. Oh,
$1 million.
it had a price range instead of what it was.
1 million
worth.
platinums, not
500
dollars.
electrum.
Platinum.
Boop. You got 55 gold for it.
Yeah.
Okay.
55 gold for a longsword? A
For
magic
a longsword that glows.
It wasn't +1.
It's
just
not even a
okay.
+1.
glowed.
It just sheds light. It's a magical
enough.
longsword that is a cantrip, basically.
Strahd was like, "Oh, it burns," but everyone else is cool.
That was a sun sword.
Not even
Yeah, I
strong.
know.
That's
Okay.
that's a cool sword.
So that works out to how much did Karnan spend on the inn?
You already spent that.
yeah, we
I know.
we
took
took
it
that.
out.
That's why
I
we
know.
called it Karnan's place.
It's Karnan's place, though. It's not everybody's place.
What did you spend, Karnan? It was a 2K?
I went- it was
He-
more than that. I thought it was like 6.
He wasn't here when we spent his money.
Yeah, he was. He's muted, I think.
He is.
Pretty sure that
My
he.
bad. Yeah, I was here for that.
Yeah, he was
Okay.
here.
I put a chunk in and he put a chunk in. I don't remember what.
Yeah.
He put the bigger chunk in, but
I
yeah.
thought
Oh, yeah,
maybe it was
definitely.
he did 4 and you did 2.
Something like that. What's the
So
cost?
I
overall?
thought-
6 seems right. Yeah.
I thought I was under the impression that you guys were going to be what am I trying to say, settling up, I guess, and evening it out so that everyone was a full partner. Was I mistaken?
Mm-hmm.
No,
on board.
that's not- that's fair.
I was not all about being.
Oh,
Karnan's
it was a
place. I just
trading
happened to have more
post.
cash
That's
at
what
the
you guys
time.
built.
Are you
You
saying
guys-
I'm down 1303 gold?
You guys built a trading post, and that was going to run you 5,000 gold.
I know if I have a note.
DM, change the numbers, make it good.
I think we'll have to subtract them ourselves.
No.
Well, it just boils down to if the 3 of you are going to partner in.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Because really the easiest way to do it would be I take back the money that I just gave everybody, and
Yeah,
then
do
I
that.
give them what it would take to get them flush, and then split the rest.
Yeah, do
Works.
that.
Do it.
Mhm.
Okay. So... Actually, I'm just going to take back 6,000. No. I'll take back 13. I'll take back 16. Everybody subtract 1,300 from your gold.
1300.
Oh, these numbers are tiny. I'm old. 15, 14, so that's 214.
Done.
So Jack, how much for my gold?
1,300.
1,300. Really?
Done.
Everybody done?
No.
Carry the 4.
Hey, I'm sorry. I'm just as blind.
So I'm
Kinda.
assuming it was Neil put in 2 and Karnan put in 4.
Sounds
I think
about
that's
right. 'Cause
right.
I only had like. I didn't have very much left, so I must have dumped,
So-
whatever extra thousands.
Then we would do. Okay, so we need the 6. So Karnan needs 3 from everybody, and Neil needs 1 from everybody. So Gamelon add 1,000 gold. Karnan add 3,000 gold to your total. So you're taking 4,000 of this adventure split. the two of you are, to get you flush so that you've both contributed 1,000 towards the inn. And then,
Okay.
because remember, Busy's a part of this too.
Yep.
And then the remaining 2 grand.
You're still
is
with us,
split.
John.
Yeah. All right. So everybody gets an additional 400 gold.
Woohoo!
Nice.
And you're
Big
all
wallet.
equal owners of the
Part
trading
owner.
post now.
Yeah.
The wind
So-
rush in.
You have gotten word back. The trading post has been up and running for about a month now. It took 2 months to get it built. It's been up and running for about a month. They've already had contact with Verge and Riflian. Verge is a small, kind of like a trading post. It's more than a trading post. Like, it's an actual town that's
It's
about
going north.
12 miles to the north. And then about 12 miles to the south is the village of Riflian, which is a human village on the edge of the Kalari Elven Woods. I'm sorry, it's the Radlib Woods, where the Kalari Elves live. And they mostly trade with them. Verge initially started as a little trading post. Now it's turned into kind of a mountain mining town. And so you've already started moving some ore for supplies, because it saves them quite a bit of the trip. Instead of having to travel all the way down to Riflian or all the way to Kelvin to get goods, your guy, I don't remember what we named him, the dwarf running your outpost, has started setting up regular trade routes with Kelvin just to move general supply goods, cloth, lumber, dry goods, stuff like that. And then
Emrak Greyborn.
Yep.
What is it?
Hamrak Greyborn.
wow,
Emrak Greyborn.
Amrak. Okay, so Amrak has already been pretty successful
Hamrak.
getting
Yeah, you have
the
Amrak.
trading post up and running.
He has an H
And
in his name.
That's the name you gave him.
so the trading post is up. In that time, he's also gotten a wooden palisade built around the trading post so that it can be closed up, gated up at night. However, it's nothing crazy. It's just sharpened wood, like wooden logs with sharpened points buried in the ground at a perimeter about 30 feet around the building. It has a large double door gate that can be swung open and allow a horse and cart to just barely fit. It's about 15 feet across, maybe 20 feet. But it allows for a large horse and cart or trader stuff to be brought in if needed. But it's not really big enough to bring in like a whole wagon team. So it's more like if there's enough goods, they back the wagon in, load it up, and then pull it out if it's going to need to be there overnight. Also, there have been some farmers who have started setting up in the area. A couple families have moved this way. According to Amrak, there are 10 families living in your dominion in the Windrush Road.
Awesome.
All right. Serfs.
That actually gives you... So you are considered lords, but you're not barons. You need to be at least a baron to officially have like noble rights over the people living in your area. So you don't collect taxes from them or anything like that. They do produce income for you, though. It's not raw cash. It's more in trade goods. So right now, I don't know if someone wants to write this down. You guys are hauling in roughly... oh, hold on. The soil here is particularly arable for peanuts. And so there are quite a few farmers here that have come out and are growing peanuts and cotton. And those two goods are earning you about 10 gold pieces per family that's living on your area for what the trading post is bringing in. So you guys make about 100 gold a month right now at the trading post.
And anyone else who has peanut allergies is not welcome.
Yeah. This we're kind of in the day and age that peanut allergies don't last very long. So the EpiPen has not been invented yet. So
Yeah.
Your wound spell has.
Hmm.
It's fine.
Okay.
So in order to actually start, like actually taking in taxes, one, you would have to be granted a barony, because you were granted a parcel of land, and they've said do what you want with it. But
Give us time.
you're considered a borderland because you're close enough to civilized areas, but this area here is considered a borderland still, and it's on the verge of wilderness to your west, and then the hills to the northeast are, you know, much more goblin free than they used to be, based largely in part to your guys' activity here among the goblinoid races. But yeah, you're looking at making about 100 gold a month right now. I don't know if I said week. I meant month. You make about 100 gold a month in trade value. You also bring in about 10 gold in coin. Hey, Gwydion, how's it going? You probably make about 10 gold in coin every month. That's just from incidental traders coming through. There has been interest expressed in the possibility of an inn, and some of the families living in that. Bear in mind, it's 6 miles across that hex, so they're pretty scattered out with their farms. But they've all built somewhat closely to the trading post, and there's been some work on maybe trying to get some roads. Right now, they've got some trails that are starting to get worn in from cart traffic and stuff. But there's definitely an interest in establishing this area further. There are people moving. Coming from Verge, Riflian, even as far as Kelvin, have moved out this way, as Amrek has promised them that if they farm the land out here, he can find buyers.
Well,
So,
I do think we need to build the infrastructure up a bit. So it's
Yeah.
like a Monopoly game.
and you'll also have to look at either a stronghold or a tower, or I mean, Gamelon could build an abbey. So basically what you guys are interested in, but it'll be expensive for sure. But you have the beginnings of an income. So, throughout all this time, Gamelon, I need you to roll a d20 for me.
Average.
Okay, yeah. So no complications in your study of brewing. Turns out Amrak has a cousin from Highforge who is quite a brewer, and Amrak arranges for you to be mentored. You spend part of the time being mentored at the trading post, which Amrak also took the liberty of adding quarters for when you are at the trading post. It's nothing fancy, just a room with a bed, chest of drawers, a wash basin, etc. But you do have a place to live whenever you are at your dominion. At some point, you finish your training in Highforge, actually on the surface level of Highforge, where he has better equipment, and he also assists you in building your first still that you end up transporting back over to Windrush.
Fantastic.
Amrak has also expressed interest. By the way, Amrak is kind of really looking to. He has a lot of projects lined up, and he wants money to fund these things. He wants to build a bridge across the Windrush River so that you have easier access to Highforge. It's going to be ridiculously expensive, talking 10,000 gold plus. But he is impressing how important it is, and you guys would make the money back in like 50 years. So,
well, in 1,000 months,
yeah,
he'll be able to afford it.
Yeah, he doesn't have the most. He doesn't have the most convincing CBA right now. You can tell it's not his strong suit, but he is ready to get a. He is ready to get started with expanding your trade empire here.
I think we need to work on. Either an inn.
Yeah.
An inn first, and then we can work on.
Yeah, when we're pulling
Okay.
when we're pulling 10 times what we are in now, we can think about long-term capital investments. But right now, we need to build the base income.
Okay.
What was the inn cost, by the way? Something like, it was similar, I believe.
The inn was similar to the trading post, so say about
I meant to
5
the
grand.
bridge.
About
So
5 grand. Oh, the
Karnan
bridge
has
is gonna. The bridge he wants to build is gonna run about 10 grand. So
Carved stone.
yeah, he wants to build a stone bridge, which is probably gonna be necessary. Windrush River moves. It's also called River Wolfold, but because it flows through the Wolfold Mountains. It's a pretty big river. He's talking about a bridge that's over 100 feet long.
Sure. No, we get
over
that. I'm just saying.
over pretty firmly moving water. So this is not it's not like a little walking bridge that he wants to build. He wants something that can support multiple carts.
Dude, I just look at him and say, dude, we can build an airship for that. And we can just float people over. It's all good. It's all good. Everything is solved.
How much is an airship, by the way?
100,000.
Oh, I don't know. I got mine free. I had to return it. Of course, I returned it on the ground a continent away, but I left a note on it, so
Yeah.
I
We'll
returned
get it.
All right. But you pick up proficiency with brewing tools.
Nice. I think
It also cost you a total of 250 gold in materials. Karnan, with Amrak as a teacher who is somewhat impatient, you do pick up Dwarven as a language.
Nice.
And that cost you a total of 25 gold for a couple Dwarven books that you had to purchase. Not had to, but you picked up one to practice reading Dwarven and also like a Dwarven dictionary. But you had about 25 gold materials for that.
Ah,
Okay. Hey. That's enough. You need to go lay down and be quiet. I'm talking.
Hey, is anybody else hearing crickets?
All right.
That's funny.
Just one.
Okay. So, Stefan, during the weeks, several weeks really, like a total of 10 weeks passed since you left the boat. Cricket, I'm not kidding. You need to stop it. God, as soon as I turn, I know she's going to start up again. Oh my God. I said stop it. Okay.
Like I heard it. It was right as he turned.
No,
Like,
stay. Get back. Get back. Ugh, 1 second, guys. Okay.
Cricket, you're lucky a
Get back.
meteor can't come get you.
Okay. There's a milk bone. I know you're excited about this. Sit.
Yeah, look at that dog.
Not yet. Not yet. No. Not yet. Here, I'm going to set it on your nose, and you don't move. That? Don't touch that. Okay, take it nice. It's okay. Oh, that's so gentle. All right. Now shut up. God. All right, later, Gwydion. Okay, so Stefan, you spend some time out there gambling and getting in some pit fights. So we're going to cover more about just how much. Here we go. Nope, wrong one. Darn it. Okay.
Turns out he has a problem. Sorry about all your gold.
all your gold?
That's
Yeah,
what we
it's
all
your
might
gold.
go for.
You're
That's
welcome
why
to
we
do whatever
split
you
it
want with
before.
your gold. So, downtime activities, gambling. So, you're going to need a stake of at least 10 gold, but up to 1,000 for a week of gambling. So, how much do you want to risk?
Well, I'm not really that great of a gambler. Let's go with 200
200 gold.
gold.
Okay. I'm going to need you to make 3 skill checks for me.
Oh, shit.
First,
Here we go.
make an insight check.
Skill. Alright. Sight. Ooh. in the tower? Does it matter?
No, you can see these. You're going to know the results right away.
Wait, I don't know
Okay.
what that is. I'm dragging. Hold on. That was not the right thing.
That was
Insight.
insight.
Okay. All
You
right.
got a 12 was your first roll.
Ugh, that's
Okay.
not very good.
Not bad. It's break even.
What was the...
He rolled insight again.
He rolled
My
3
bad,
insights.
sorry.
No, this other thing.
2 ins.
Steve, 24
20.
items sold for 64.58.
Yeah, I don't know what that means.
Was that from earlier?
I have
Check
no
his
idea.
inventory.
His inventory looks fine.
Yeah, it looks
Did
the
he get
same.
64.58
No,
gold?
his gold looks fine too.
I think he copied and pasted some.
Must have. Okay. Oh, yeah, he probably drugged the thing. Okay. All right. Now I would like you to make a charisma deception check.
Charisma. That's not on the skills sheet, is it?
Yeah, it is.
It's called
Just
deception.
Just okay.
It's a basically.
Oh, -1. I'm not very good at that. Oh, I
I'm
should
bad
have
at
known.
insight, but I would tear
You're
up
not
the
great at
deception.
bluffing. Oh snap!
Oh, wow.
This is not going to go well for your gold.
Oh no.
Lastly,
Yeah.
an
The good
intimidation
news is-
check.
The good news is it may go well for your brawling.
Hey, do you have wait a minute, do you have proficiency with any gaming set? Dice, chess, cards?
Was he a soldier?
Yeah, you were, so you probably do have
Was
some
a
kind
soldier.
of proficiency.
He does. He
It'll
gets
be
a
under your
gaming
abilities.
set.
Playing cards. So you get to add, I think, +3 to these rolls. Yeah, you get to add 3. So you actually got a 15 on the insight. You
3.
actually got a 3 on the deception.
Good deception.
You're just
Okay.
too honest, okay?
And now you
Yeah.
need an intimidation check.
You're just a bad bluffer.
Intimidation?
Yeah, which you
Oh,
got a
that's a good
21.
one.
Hey!
Okay. You end up at the end of the week with 300 gold in your pocket.
Yay!
You managed to
Nice.
raise it up by 50%. Now my question
He'd have
is,
done well except for that one night where he just choked.
Right. But I'm not adding 300. I'm just adding 100. Is that what we're doing?
yeah, you're up
Right.
100.
Here?
I have 6 of a kind.
So,
No, it's 6.
as you're really starting to get onto a roll, the town guard. By the way, you have to travel to either Verge or Riflian to gamble.
Oh boy.
Riflian's probably the more pleasant journey. So at the time you were in Riflian, which is also apparently where you ended up at a fighting pit, you get up about 100 before the city guard raids the gambling hall, as the gambling you guys are doing is not legal because it wasn't being taxed. So you make off with your gold though and manage to evade getting caught. Several of the people
Yes.
there actually got caught. One of them was even put in the stockade for a day. So you got to see plenty of tomatoes thrown at him. You might have even thrown a
Excellent.
couple. But then you also hit up a fighting pit, which
I'm just not using the scroll of Revivify on you.
Right. Maybe I cast some good berries before
So-
I went in there.
yeah. So the pit fighting. Again, we're going to have just a series of skill checks to see how it turned out for you. Yeah. All right. So first, you're going to make a athletics check, and then an acrobatics check, and then a Constitution check, and that Constitution check will have a +6 to it.
Wow.
Might be better at this. And Constitution, that's on the first page, huh?
Did you roll acrobatics yet? Okay. The
Uh,
Constitution check actually turns out to be a 23 with your +6. and then you need an
All right,
acrobatics.
acrobatics. All right, here we go.
Or Neil. Remember when we used to play
So
with Neil?
you're actually
So fun.
participating basically in an MMA fighting. It's just a round wall made out of fence. Everybody sits above it, and two guys beat
Yeah,
the
did
shit out of
alright.
each
He
other.
has got to be the
Yeah.
champ.
You're
Yeah.
the
Right.
greatest
So,
MMA fighter in history.
So after you flee the gambling halls and remember that you're not that great at cards, you just like
Right.
playing. It was camaraderie and drinking. It wasn't really that you were good at it. You actually find out that there is a sanctioned pit fight happening in Riflian. So you spend the week there, and there's a tournament. You fight twice each day, and you proceed all the way to the finals and win the title.
Yes!
You are
Yes.
the champion of the Riflian Bare Knuckle Boxing Champion of 1004 AC.
1004 AC. Better write that down.
And
All
he's
right.
our ranged
Does
guy.
he even have a mark on him?
He comes back with some bruises. It's bare knuckle boxing. You still take some shots, but like he was like I don't remember what movie it was where the guy's trying to bare knuckle box and he's fighting the old guy, and every time he throws a jab and the guy bends his head down so he hits him right on the crown of the forehead and breaks his hand. Like that's the kind of crap Stefan's doing, because like he spent most of his early life in the military, and like these guys knew how to fisticuff.
Goblins and
So
orcs.
yeah, so like he's in there, like he comes up, he steps on a guy's foot, he jabs him, bends down, gets a shot on the top of the head, elbows when he misses with a punch. Like he fights kind of dirty, and
I'm not gonna lie. When you were saying like MMA fights, I was picturing Tom Hardy from Warrior.
right.
Already.
He just goes in and just boom, boom. Okay, this is done. Walks out.
Yeah. So that's actually the first movie I ever watched on Netflix. Weird thing. So
It's a good movie.
it's kind of random, but
I like that movie.
so you end up making a total of 300 gold.
Nice.
Yeah, it was much more profitable
Yes.
than gambling was.
Right.
Holy crap.
A little more
You're more
painful.
profitable than our trading post.
Also, next year you are automatically qualified as the defending champion. So you don't even have to participate in the event. You could just fight the defending champion. I mean, the challenger next year, if you're around. Which, by the way,
Excellent.
there was no champion this year. The reigning champion was old and retired and didn't want to enter. So you had to fight many more times. So
He was eating Viagra.
you're basically you're Denny LaRusso this time, and then the next tournament you don't have to do all the stuff. You just get to fight the last guy.
I've got stories now.
Yeah.
You're gonna own a used car dealership.
Yep.
I like that series. I really do.
Hell yeah. It's great.
It's just a feel-good show. I really had a good time watching it.
All right. So
All right. So I should probably move you guys up to Windrush, as you've spent like a month here. Almost 2 months. So during all this time, there's also news of events happening around the world, and it's time to get you guys up to date. So,
should I note we spent 2 months here?
2 months in Windrush, yeah. Well, Windrush, Specularum, Highforge, kind of the area.
I guess
Also,
I'm just trying to track like the income, or are you going to track income?
so I'm gonna update. Yeah, I'll update you guys now. So really, we'll cover your income like per quarter normally.
Wait, if we have 2 months here, if you use your prayer beads, do they come back?
Every day.
Do you remember that one girl that we rescued who had lycanthropy?
Mhm.
Oh yeah, we could try to get
Greater
hold of her.
restoration to cure that.
Maybe. Yeah. Here.
That's what Jason said, because I did the research on it. So if we could track her down and at least offer it to her as a solution, if you'd be down for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'd have to travel back up to God, what was the first place called?
It was in the Wolfold Hills.
Yeah, it's north of Penhaligon.
Yeah.
Stathole?
Stallenford.
Stallenford, yeah. She lived northwest of Stallenford at the edge of the mountains.
I could go up there and offer her
That could be your
and
whole
even
thing is to
take
go
her
up there.
to
You know what?
Gamelon to get
I'll go with
cured.
Nace too, because I was just working on knots and stuff. So
Okay.
What was her name? It was something. One second,
Whoa.
I'll find it.
Actually, finding her is going to involve carousing, so that works out.
Sorala.
You're right, Sorala, the lycanthrope war cat. Bu-bu-bu-bum. It's going to cost you. This is the wrong book. This is not the book I wanted. I wanted this book.
and this works out because Nace and I were planning the strategy, right? So
Right.
as we're traveling along, Nace is coming up with ideas, and I'm figuring out the logistics.
Okay, so it's going to cost you guys about 10 gold each. Just meeting
Carousing is
people,
nothing.
greasing palms, dining with folks, etc. Just to kind of get your contacts and find what you're looking for. I need you to make a persuasion check. You can actually both check, and we'll take the highest one.
Okay.
Well, that should do it.
Wow. Okay, so a 23, that'll work. Yeah, you actually end up meeting up with multiple people that know of Sorala. They didn't know her name, but they know of a girl in the hills that they've seen from time to time. It's actually quite easy for you to meet up with her. And you make your offer to cure the lycanthropy. And for a while, she says she really wants to think about it. She's become accustomed to this life, but her parents still don't know. And eventually, she agrees and would like to go with you to be cured. She also would like to bring her boyfriend, who also has lycanthropy.
Bring them all.
Yeah.
Sure.
However, it's a very long way, and they are nervous about getting home again.
We can help them get back.
Okay, that's true. You've got the time. So you
We've
spend
got plenty of time.
you spend that time traveling back and forth with them. Grand total, it ends up costing about 100 gold, just in travel provisions. I'm assuming you guys actually like stay in an inn at least once and really show them the highlight. You actually make quite a few contacts in Penhaligon as well. And you do take the time to stop off and meet with some of the merchants in Penhaligon. And some of them are interested in starting trade with your trading post.
Excellent.
Mostly,
We also need to pick up the chair if it's not already at our trading post.
yeah, the chair got moved. But the Lady Penhaligon is doesn't have time for like a full meeting. There's not like a court or anything. But it is announced that your lord's passing through, and several of the merchants want to meet with you. And they mostly express empty platitudes about, yeah, we can do this. But you do have one merchant who's got...
Races of archery?
No, who's got family in Specularum who are actually originally from Theodos, and they could at least put into motion the idea of getting a trade route established, moving from or like getting goods you have moved from Specularum out to the Isle of Dawn.
Oh, excellent.
Doesn't know about the Alphatia side though. They could get them to like West End. Literally is the name of a town called West End, and it's like the first port on the west side of the Isle of Dawn.
Perfect.
But they could start setting it up. But he's the only one who's really forthright with you, and he explains like we're talking seasons before this could happen. But I'll get your costs, and I can let you know how much it's going to be to get this set up. But we're going to have our own sailing ship to make that kind of journey. And honestly, we're going to need a full crew, including Marines. Those are dangerous waters, and it's a dangerous land they're going to.
Okay.
Ideally, we would need a galley. I'm sure at some point Weedle mentions, well, an airship would be best. And
Yeah.
he said that you might be able to find someone that could make an airship in the the Isle of Dawn. But airships are pretty much... Most of the airships are either coming out of Alphatia or possibly Galantry. There aren't a ton of airships under the control of Thyatia. Most of them were captured.
Galantry.
You know what I hear? Monopoly. We can
Well,
own it.
also, you have that cloaking.
Busy build
Galantry.
one.
Yeah.
So, you are able to cure both of them of lycanthropy. They are absolutely grateful. And part of the 100 gold is sending them back.
Yeah.
So, there's some news that comes in. Now, Neil, I know you're probably the best note taker as far
Was
as
that
the news
100
went.
gold each?
100 gold each
100
to
between
do the
you.
ritual.
Between the two of you.
I
Oh,
got
between
it,
us.
Scott.
Okay.
Don't worry.
Oh, just
Okay.
take 50.
So, do you remember the last news?
The last news was, stand by.
Because I think it was spring. I don't know if we did summer. I think we did do summer, looking at the news. Because you knew the spy was killed.
Yes. All right. So the last news was in Penhaligon, the Galantrian heroes broke out of the dungeons and escaped. Clerical missionaries of the immortal Vanya from the Eldrin freeholds were slaughtered in the Ethongar Carnate, bodies riddled with Ethongar lances. Yeah, the spy was killed. The Empress Ariadne of Alphatia was going on a rampage because her man-at-arms got killed.
Oh, that's right.
The Galantrian heroes were in
General
prison,
Tornall.
broke out of the dungeons and escaped and are at large. And yeah, that's kind of where we're at.
Okay. Yeah, the assassins escaped. Okay, so fall of 1004. So not long after the escape of the Galantrian emissaries, more treachery broke out. This time in Galantry. Several Galantrian nobles were having dinner together, including at least one representative from each noble family, including were assassinated by a bombardment of lightning bolts, fireballs, death spells, and other powerful magics. The assassins, obviously high-level magic users, escaped clean away, their identities unrevealed, and the only surviving diner was Prince Innocente de Malapitra, testifies that the killers were wearing Alphasian-style clothing.
Wow.
And that's Prince, not Princess, sorry.
This is like a retribution assassination.
Yeah, definitely really overt.
I think someone's stirring the pot.
So also, the United Princes of Galantry send word to Empress Ariadne of Alphatia, instructing her to surrender the assassins to Galantrian justice, which is totally expected. The surprise, though, is when Thinkel I, that is the Emperor of Thyatis, sends Alphatia a stern warning, saying it is obvious the assassinations were performed by Alphatia in retribution for the death of General Tornall, and informs Ariadne that Alphatia will not be allowed to extend her territorial holdings through these treacherous means. Ariadne of Alphatia replies that it was not involved in the deaths and that Thyatis had better keep its attention on its own territories. It's obvious from this event Galantry and Thyatis have secretly achieved some sort of alliance.
Where was Alphasia?
Alphasia is way east. So
Oh yeah,
known
that's
world,
right.
then the Isle of Dawn, then Alphasia. You guys have
Okay.
never even seen it on a map. Even Weedle's never seen Alphasia.
I was
His
mixing
family
up
traces
Alpine
their
with
roots
it.
there, but he was only briefly on the Isle of Dawn. Most of his time was spent with them, traveling all over the known world via airship.
Okay.
That's Galantry and Theodos.
Yeah, so Theodos, if we want to look at the continent map, I'll zoom
Theodos
out
is
here.
in the southeast,
I'll pull the... Where's that stupid continent map at?
and Galantry's in the northwest.
I just had it.
Titus is like the southeast peninsula.
Yeah.
Stuff.
And Galantry's the most northwest. And Alphasia's super, super east.
Continent.
And I don't want to say there's a there be dragon sign, but it sure sounds that way.
Okay, I'm going to
And-
share the continent map one more time, and I'm going to remember to save it this time.
There's some wars breaking out, and everybody's going to need airships.
Mostly us.
He's pushing those airships.
Because
All right.
airships are awesome.
All you
Okay.
have to do is bring some boiling pots of acid up in the airship and then drop it.
So,
Walls don't go over the top.
this area that I'm circling, right there, that is the Grand Duchy of Karamikos, where you guys are.
Yep.
Now,
Okay.
if you're zoomed all the way out, this circle
How
here...
do I zoom out?
Just roll your
Mouse.
mouse wheel backwards.
Mouse down.
Scroll down.
Oh,
Are you on
thank
the colored map? Yeah.
My bad. Yep.
So
I'm there.
that
Thank you.
circled area is actually the Empire of Theodos, which extends all the way up to here and down to here. But Theodos also controls a large portion of the Isle of Dawn. Now, the Isle of Dawn, none of you have seen, but it would be to the west, to the east of here, almost straight east of Theodos, and it is roughly this, like, I'll draw a circle. That would be a rough estimate of the landmass of the Isle of Dawn. It's huge, but you can sail all around it. And then to the east of that is Alphasia, and it's about twice the size of the Isle of Dawn. And what you know of Alphasia is purely rumors. As far as you know, Alphasia, everybody there is a wizard. The rumors are that monsters roam the lands freely as pets of wizards, and their cities are giant floating fortresses. They do have a lot of airships, that is confirmed, but they're a massive population, and everything there is mystical and selfish, and the general opinion of the Thyacians is that they're basically cannot be trusted. There's nothing substantive about them. They're always mercurial and shifty and devious.
That's about right.
And if you've ever seen the original Dungeons and Dragons movie, it's based on Alphasia. So, just say Isengard or whatever they call that place was actually based on Alphasia, according to Bruce Hurd.
You mean the terrible one with the 5-foot tall dwarf?
Yeah, who was scared of horses. With the one with Keenan Ivory Wayans, I think is the best way to describe it. So, or maybe
I
it
just
wasn't
remember
him.
it had
One
the
of the
gold
Wayans brothers.
princess or something.
It was one of the
and-
Wayans brothers and the bargain bin Will Wheaton. So
I don't know who that is,
he's a guy who looks like Will Wheaton, but
Oh.
wasn't as famous, which means not at all.
but is not. Okay.
He was on a TV show, but it wasn't as famous as Star Trek Next Generation. So bargain bin Will Wheaton. All right. Sorry. Oh, shit. So, yeah. So anyways, Theodos kind of intrudes on the bickering between them.
Is
Also,
there any more local news?
the local stuff you guys are aware of. I mean, the biggest local news is there is a new trading post being established in the Windrush Plains along the road to Verge. That's the biggest news in
Oh, that's
Karamikos at the moment.
fascinating. Tell me more about that.
So, other news coming in from the north, without the benefit of a declaration of war, the Heldonic Knights send several punitive raids into Ethengar, launching a deadly lance cavalry attack against the Ethengarian encampments and slaughtering every last man, woman, and child they encounter.
Ah, pleasant people.
Wow. That don't seem friendly.
Oh, there's Ethengar.
Yeah, so the Heldonic freeholds are the lands to the north of Ethengar. And think Vikings, kind of, except Vikings with more, like Vikings after they invaded England and like got better steel and were like, hey,
so Danes?
these guys have some great shit. Yeah, Danes, really. So anyways, these are large mounted cavalry, and the Heldonic Knights are renowned as probably some of the most powerful cavalrymen in the world. And they are stomping a mud hole in the Ethengarian Mongol tribes.
And this is in retribution to the murdering of the clergy.
Yeah, it's pretty apparent that this is retribution. Okay, there's a lot of news. There's still more coming. Also in the fall, a lot of this is while you were on your way back or during when you first got back, Asterius' temples burned in Alphatia. Dozens of temples of the immortal Asterius were burned. He's from the sphere of energy, but he is one of the patron immortals of Alphatia. Dozens of temples of Asterius were burned to the ground over a period of days. The Alphatian authorities capture the Arsenists, a band of Galantrians. These Galantrians, elves of the Erewhon clan, claim to have been envoys from Galantry to Darrakan. They say they were magically put to sleep and awakened within a burning temple of Asterius. However, magical probing with a wish spell reveals that they too had two sets of memories about the event. One set clearly shows the elves accepting a mysterious cloaked man's commission to destroy the temples of Asterius. Empress Ariadne rushes the investigation through the judicial system, and the Galantrian elves are quickly tried and sentenced to death. The princes of Galantry protest the trial but make no direct attempt to rescue the envoys. By the way, a lot of this bigger news are things that like you learn of during court. So if you guys aren't a domain yourselves, but like when Nace, being a lord, goes through Penhaligon, if there's court, he's expected to attend. And this is how news gets passed around. So, and also just as part of having a domain, anytime there's access, you even have messengers sent to relay what people know because you are considered landholders. Not enough that you have to contribute troops yet, but you are landholders. And then finally, in the winter, and you guys are getting to where now most days you wake up with frost on the ground. There's been occasional snows, but you are well into the winter months. Hold on.
My boots feel great, by the way. They're very comfortable.
Keeping you warm? Nice.
Okay. And then the grimmest news yet. So, the Erewhon elves, who were convicted of burning the temples and sentenced to death, are rescued by Galantrian adventurers. It turns out the ones who were accused of killing General Torinol and who had disappeared. They rescue the elves, escape the continent of Alphatia, stopping in Osla, which is one of the main ports of the Alphatian Navy's skyship armada. They steal a Navy skyship and make their escape, starting a fire among several other ships to conceal their departure and delay pursuit. Unfortunately, before the mages of Osla put out the fire, it grew into a firestorm. Amazing amounts of heated air from the skyship fire rose from the city, and more air rushes from the surrounding countryside. The fire spread and the cycle continued, turning the city into an inferno. The fire spread, and when all was done, days later, the city is a crumbling acropolis of ash. half of its population, especially the non-spellcasting citizens, died.
Yikes. Well, that's going to
Any-
go great.
Any airships survive?
So, like, half their population is spellcasters?
No, of the city. He said half the population, most of them non-spellcasters, were the ones
Yeah.
that were killed.
Most of the non-spellcasters died because they couldn't escape it.
Yeah, but he said half the city. So if it's half the
Well,
population,
that's
most
it.
of which are non-spellcasters, that would be like half of them are spellcasters.
A lot of them are spellcasters, yes.
It doesn't mean they're all spellcasters. It means there's
I
a high...
said half.
Well, they could have
Most
gotten their servants
don't-
out.
Listen, man. It's going to be a bunch of spellcasters and non-spellcasters, but the spellcasters all got out because they got magic. The other saps, they just friggin' torch because, they burn well.
So thousands and thousands dead.
What he's saying is average mooks all died. Upper crusties and spellcasters escaped.
Well, yeah, I'm used to that, but it's the fact that half the population, most of which is spellcasters, is what I'm hearing is.
It's a very spell-heavy area.
Okay. That concludes all the news that I have.
Maybe we should go look for these adventurers and see what the deal is here, because this sounds like a riot.
They've been involved in like two pretty
High level.
big things. Yeah.
I wouldn't want to mess with people like that.
They sound a little higher level than 6.
So,
I didn't say we should try to fight them or put them down. I should.
Let's take a look.
so it's been months. It's been months since you left the Isle of Dread. Like 4 months at this point. You're into winter. The trading post is expanded enough that it has a tap room and a tavern.
Oh, did we get our winter clothes? Because I need to know how much that was.
Oh, it's an incidental cost at this point.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you just get it. So, yes, you have winter cloaks, heavy clothing, if that's what you want. The number of families living in the area is up to 30 now.
Woo.
Wait,
there.
no, I'm sorry. That's wrong. 15. 25. 25 families living in the area. Gimlin, I'm going to expect that you will keep track of these numbers as I give them to you. I said your exports were cotton and peanuts. It's the resources that are found in this hex, basically. But you have 25 families. You had 15 for 1 month and then 25 for or 20 for the next month and 25 for the next month. So over those 3 months, you get 15, 35, 60. You make another 600 gold at the trading post. And if you want, just call that the Dominion Treasury. So your Dominion Treasury is up to 700 gold at this point. And whenever I say things have to be, like you have costs coming out of your stuff, it's going to come from that pool. So you actually need to subtract 70. That's what you end up paying in taxes.
630. 630.
Yeah. So you're only taxed 10% as the trading post, and that's taxed to the royal tax collector and the Grand Duke's tax collector.
Minus 70.
I'm sorry?
630 minus 70.
No, you have 700.
that was the
700
minus 70.
minus
And then you
Oh.
lose 70 of that for taxes. So you have 630 in the treasury.
Roger that.
The inn and the trading post. So the inn is also doubling how much you're making. So actually, it wouldn't be 700; it'd be 1,400. So you're at 630. You're at what? 1,260 for the treasury now.
Okay.
630 times 2.
1260. Understood.
Yeah. So you are spending an evening in the tavern, just enjoying some dining, drinking, storytelling, the gang getting back together and just catching up. About midway into your meal, the tavern is filling and becoming noisy. 2 people push their way through the throng to stand beside your table. There's an aging man and a young woman. The man is tall, he has expensive clothes and a hawk-like set of features, framed by a graying beard and hair and a pronounced limp. He does look like he's in good shape, though. He's obviously ex-military. The woman is a brunette of average height. She's wearing a simple but bright blue robe. She also wears an apprentice badge on her shoulder of the Magician's Guild of Specularum. Her left arm is in a sling, and there's a bandage tied about her brow like a headband. Both of them appear to be tense and worried. The man addresses you each by name, and look with a questioning tone to make sure that he's got the right people. And he says, "May we sit? This is a matter of great importance. Lives are at stake, and I desperately need your aid."
I hope you would sit instead of shit, but sure.
Not around us.
Those are dicks. Oh, you're such dicks. All right. I'm going to do some of this. Whoa.
Engage the silent worm drive.
Boop, boop, boop. We got lots of these, so I'm going to be doing these in case you missed stuff that I say.
She's better now.
He seats the young lady and then himself. "My name's Terranon. Once upon a time, I ran about slaying monsters and upholding the good. Maybe you've heard of me?" None of you have, by the way.
Perhaps.
My son is doing the same thing these days, and his name may lie more familiar to you. Redemaron. You do recognize the name Redemaron. That is actually the Lord of Verge, about 12 miles to the north of you.
Ah, Dwight.
Well, now that's a name you know.
Indeed
Redemaron's an adventurer. He's one of the better-known fighting men in Karamikos. He came by his notoriety the hard way, battling his way to fame in armed conflict with the forces of evil and chaos. The last you'd heard as of a few years ago is he married a magic user by the name of Halia and settled down in Verge to the north of you. He hired a troop of fighting men and accepted missions large and small from Duke Stefan Karamikos as well as the Church of Karamikos. "You ever hear of Skarda's Raiders?" asked Terranon. And I would say you could make a history check. Anyone who's interested in checking.
Yeah. There it is.
Yeah. Gamelon, you've heard the name, don't really know anything about them. Nace, you've actually heard of them and know some of the information he prefers. For many years, there was a magic user by the name of Skarda who was terrorizing the backwoods settlements all over Karamikos and the surrounding territories. He had a whole company of followers, cavalrymen, formidable fighters. They'd swoop down on a town and somehow, no one knows how, he'd kidnap everyone in the village, steal all the livestock, and make off with all the treasure the men could carry. And that's the stories you had heard. And then this was the rub, and you hadn't heard this part, Brian. They never were caught, not a single one of them. When one of them fell in combat, the rest would butcher him, rather than let him fall into the hands of the army and the royal guard. Pursuers would just lose their tracks on the road. The tracks would get to a certain point and mill about, and then they just wouldn't continue from that point. They were never caught. Kidnapped folk were never recovered or ransomed. The livestock was never recovered. The treasure was never seen again. Skarda's face was never even seen. Well, about 2 years ago, my boy Redemaron and his lady came down to Specularum to visit me. He went out to do a little carousing and saw some ugly man jack in a tavern. This fellow, might have been part orc by the look of him, was wearing a piece of jewelry that Redemaron recognized, a brooch that belonged to a lady he knew, from a lady from a country estate that was overrun by Skarda's raiders a year or so before. She and her staff and all their goods were missing, of course, until Redemaron saw the brooch that night. My boy's not dumb. He didn't confront this lackey, he just watched him and followed him when the fellow left, mostly drunk, several hours later. The fellow went straight to the house of Malek, who was a local magic user, ranking member of the guild, nice enough fellow, and always willing to help townsmasters. Turns out this drunken soldier was a member of Malek's personal bodyguard. That got my boy curious, so he fetched his lady and some adventurers he knew, and they broke into Malek's house that night in the wee hours. It's a good thing they did too. They got to see this Malek and his lieutenants plotting some sort of coup against Duke Stefan, and they found out that Malek was Skarda. Anyway, they were discovered before they got out, and all hell broke loose. What a night that was. There were swords in the street, fireballs flying. Some of Skarda's swine died that night, and some good folk among my son's friends. When all the fighting was over, Skarda was trapped, all his magic spent in his burning house, and perished there. At least we thought so. The royal guard sifted through the wreckage of Malek's house, Skarda's house, when they found enough papers in an undamaged strongbox to support Redemaron's story. They also found this mirror. Do you know what a mirror of life trapping is? It's one of those. One of Redemaron's friends spotted it before the guardsmen, so nobody was drawn into it. Redemaron kept the thing all wrapped up out of sight, for the day that it might come useful. The attacks by Skarda's raiders ended that night, and all was right with the world. Until a week ago. Somebody that Redemaron had jailed began making threats against my boy, and then escaped. Redemaron, just to be safe, dusted off that mirror of life trapping, and decided to hang it on his bedroom door, facing the hall. At night, of course, he made sure the servants were under strict orders not to enter the hall until after dawn each day. The first night, though, it happened. He motions the girl beside him. This here's Andrea. She's one of Halia's apprentices. She was there the night, and she'll tell you the rest. Andrea looks between the lot of you and clears her throat. She speaks in a low, pained voice, and it's obvious that her story is not going to be a happy one. Nobody's sure how it got started. It was sometime after midnight, I guess, and everyone was asleep, and then there was yelling and screaming from outside. I found out later that there was some sort of monster out in the hall. The headmistress was yelling, "He's gone! Redemaron! Gone into the mirror!" And then she screamed, and her scream was cut off. The monster had killed her, too. We all hurried out into the hallway, me and Sarah, that's the other apprentice, and Lady Halia, and Craig and Norm, that's Lord Redemaron's two squires, and the tower's scribe, and soldiers from the lower floors, and there was sort of monster in the halls of the top floor. It was man height, with like a baboon, with black fur and a mouth like a huge iron bear trap. It immediately went after Lady Halia, but Craig and Norin got in the way just long enough for her to gather herself. It killed Norin, and then she blasted it dead. We draped a cloth over the mirror, and Lady Halia tried to call Redemaron out, but she couldn't get an answer from him, so she knew it wasn't an ordinary mirror. You're supposed to be able to talk to whoever's inside, but she couldn't. When they first got the mirror, she thought it must have been empty because there was no answer from inside it, but now she knew that something was wrong. She gathered up all of her magical apparatus, and they took the mirror into the dining room, got as many soldiers as would fit in the room, and they prepared to break the mirror to let Redemaron out, and to fight whatever else was in there with him. But it wouldn't break. Not a mace or a hammer nor a battle axe would break it. So she decided this was some sort of artifact, an item of great power. She was frantic by then, frantic for Lord Redemaron's sake, and so she decided to go into the mirror. She couldn't be dissuaded. She put on all her adventuring gear, loaded herself up to bear, and looked into the mirror, and then she disappeared. That's when the other monster came out, just like the first one, and this time we didn't have Lady Halia's magic to help us. It dove on us like a berserker, and before we knew it, it had killed poor Sarah and Lieutenant Gerard, and it cut Craig up pretty bad. I got Craig out of there and got hurt falling down the stairs. We two and a couple of cooks and 3 of the servants, 4 soldiers and Sergeant Alkin, we were all that got out alive. 12 out of more than 40, and most of us hurt pretty bad. She shakes her head sorrowfully. Taranon takes over again. That's why I wanted to talk to you. Something awful is going on with that mirror at the Redemaron's tower. Threshold's townsman has sent a couple of armed parties into the tower, but nobody's come out alive. But people like you tend to succeed where common soldiers fail. Will you, or would you, secure Redemaron's tower, and then go into the mirror and rescue my son?
Well, first off, I'll give her the heal so she's back to health.
Okay.
So I don't know what she's down.
Physically, she doesn't have enough health. I guarantee you heal her for full. She does not have enough hit points to not be healed for full. Do you have at least a +3 to your heal? Because if so, you got her covered. She's only got 4 health.
She gets 17. So.
She is an apprentice.
Level 1.
She is a 0-level magic user. So, actually, she is level 1, but she's an apprentice. So,
say the words.
Lucky she didn't die falling down those stairs.
Seems like a noble quest, something we could undertake.
And do we know from being in the area that this Redemaron, whatever, is a pretty good guy. I mean, he's an
Redemaron is the Baron of Verge.
Uh-huh.
He is, by all reputation, fair and just. He's stern. In court, he's not known for being particularly tactful. He is a loud, boisterous fighter. He made his fortune fighting monsters and such, just like you. And so he definitely, I wouldn't say has caused scandal, but he has most certainly brought attention on himself when.
But he's not unjust.
No, he has no reputation for being unjust. He seems to treat his people strictly but fair. He's quite a stickler for the laws. But like
works for me.
And you don't really know anything about Halia except that she's his wife. But it's not unusual to not know a lot about local wizards. Like when wizards reach a certain level of power, they kind of detach and are no longer really have to follow any rules except what they want to do. So,
does this mirror sound like the one Redrium was trapped in with the shield?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Not quite. Brian. You were able to talk to Redrium in the shield. It was indestructible. You guys weren't able to break it, but so it's similar in that regard. But no, you don't get the sense that she's describing the same kind of object. She's talking like it's a regular mirror.
Do we know what the object is?
You could make an Arcana check based on or a History check based on the description. Up to you.
I trust my Arcana.
Okay.
Nope, I don't.
No. Not sure.
I don't know all magic stuffs.
Let's go.
Are we going tonight?
I don't think there's a temporal requirement on this, so.
Well, his son disappeared through the mirror. He'd like you to go as soon as possible, but
sure.
He's not necessarily expecting you to go right this second.
So let's head out in the morning.
So, all right. You pack up your gear, get all your provisions ready. You venture out for combat. You have no trouble reaching Verge. It takes you roughly half the day to get to Verge, which is just a little village. It only has a population of about 50 that live in the town limits, or the village limits.
He's a baron?
Well, he's a baron of the area. Like, he controls that town. He controls the whole hex of Verge, so that 6-mile radius is his. Into the woods, about 100 yards off of the path leading into the village, there is an encampment where you encounter a man introducing himself as Sergeant Alkin. He is sitting within view of the tower that's just over the hillside. You can see it ahead of you. And he has a tent pitched and a campfire that's smoldering as he's cooking his afternoon meal.
Is he sleeping while he's cooking? We want to know what kind of tent it is.
No, he is not sleeping while he's cooking. He is the hillock that he's sitting on is about 50 yards from the tower itself. The fortress itself, you can see, it's a small citadel. It might have been called a castle in the times before castles were large, sprawling structures. But it is a very large tower on the hillside, surrounded by a small wooden wall, and that is surrounded by a dry moat that's about 6 feet deep all around. There is a gate and a drawbridge, which is currently down. The fortress walls are about 20-foot high wooden palisades. You can see from this hillside there is a catwalk. And then you can see some roofs inside the palisade walls that could be stables or shops or something. The tower itself is roughly 50 feet tall. It's constructed of dress blocks of stone. There are a few narrow and barred windows up on the very top floor. The very top floor is also broader than the rest. The tower is about 50 feet square at the base, all the way up for 4 floors, and the very top floor looks to be about 70 feet wide. So it's 20 feet, extends an extra 10 feet on either side, on each side. As you approach, Ackland rises and just puts his thumbs in his belt and watches you come up. There's a good chance at this point he's probably at least aware of who some of you are, because you only live 12 miles away and the only trading post for a long ways.
Indeed.
So I guess we ask him what he can tell us about the monster that's currently in the tower, and if there are any other creatures that we were
He
sent
looks
by.
back to the tower and looks back. He says, "There has not been any movement at all, in or out of the tower. I been camping here for 4 days now. After the second party of soldiers tried to take the tower, and I haven't seen anything happen since then. I actually, through them little windows, I keep seeing little glints of light, and I know there's eyes staring at me, almost all the time. Something's staring at me. It gives me the creeps."
Have you seen the beast?
"No, I haven't. I was gotten out before then, and we never went back in after hearing
Multiple
that
sets
Red
of
Run and
eyes or
Holly
just
were
one?
both down. It's more like that feeling, you know, when you can just tell someone's reading a book over your shoulder." Sorry, he would never say reading a book over your shoulder. "Looking at your card hand over your shoulder." This guy's not much. This guy does not read.
Not much about the reading.
How many did you lose, friend?
Well, my whole squad and a dozen other soldiers. It's a bloody massacre. Just about everyone, even who got out, was wounded. I was fortunate myself. Are you going in?
Oh yeah.
Are you mean to?
Well, God's blessing upon you.
Indeed.
Hopefully, after what you did up north with the Mad Queen, this'll just be a walk in the park for you.
I doubt it. You don't know our DM.
Okay.
Hmm. We have. There's 5 of
Did I
us.
not link that? Oh, nuts. Oh, shit. I never
problem?
linked the map. That was a mistake. That's alright.
Mistakes were made.
I'm sure it's in here. Ah, there it is. Okay. Whew. When I made this module, I forgot to export the map. So, my bad. Okay. So, what are we doing? I just want to get this preloaded.
I'm thinking.
If I had 2 immovable rods, I could climb the tower, but I only have 1.
Ooh, I have rope trick.
There you go.
How about wand of web? You can do a wand of web.
Yes, rope trick. Rope trick would actually work in this case to climb the outside of the tower.
Uh-huh.
What is it? A flat top or a pointy top? What's this thing look like?
Like a not a coned roof, but it's roofed. It's not an open top.
So it's not something like we could go up and see the roof. I mean,
Can we ask him if he...
You could, like, if you were able to scale it, you could look at the, say, like the windows, but that's it.
Can we ask him if he can give us kind of a lay of the land inside the palisades and inside the tower itself?
Yeah, so
Just
inside the
general
tower,
description.
inside the palisades, there's a stables and a well, but outside of that, it's just the tower itself. The
Guys, I need
strong.
like
He refers to it as the stronghold, not the tower.
2 minutes. I'll be right back, and you can tell me how we got in the tower.
Okay.
Okay. Does he know of any way into the tower other than through the front door?
All the windows are at the top floor are barred. Outside of that, no. It's a well-maintained keep. It's really the front doors, or if you can, I guess if you could get through the barred windows, which are only arrow slits. They're only like a foot wide.
Mhm.
So,
But in every movie, there's like a secret entrance.
he's not aware of a secret entrance. No.
Okay.
Nobody has any explosives.
I mean, he was really like he wasn't like in charge of anyone. He had his
No,
squad
but
of
he's been
soldiers,
there.
but that's it.
He's
He's
been
been
there and
in.
we haven't.
He's mostly. He tells you the barracks are on the second floor.
Okay.
The stairs
knowledge-
are a central column going up the tower. The first floor is like a receiving area and storage. The second floor is mostly the barracks for soldiers. The third floor is storage, servants' quarters, some planning areas. The fourth floor is almost all storage, as well as like senior staff. And the fifth floor is where all of the guest rooms are, as well as like Redemaron's quarters and, well, he'd say the Lord and Lady's quarters.
To his knowledge, inside the tower is only one creature? Or is it multiple?
He's only... There were no creatures in there that he knew of. And he says, well, actually, I guess that's not true. Halia has a laboratory. And I know I've seen little...
Okay, I'm confused. What fought his crew?
The monster.
And to his knowledge, that's the only monster that's in the tower.
Yes, he's only aware of one monster. I'm sorry, I thought you said
Okay.
creature. He
So I'm
kind
gonna
of is
try
like,
to-
there's only one monster, but I guess he's like, I remember Halia has these little, they look like a cross between a bumblebee and a bird, and they've got a long beak. She called them sturges, but those were in a cage last I checked.
And this monster, did it simply melee attack, or did it cast as well?
I don't know. I was out before I saw it. I heard screams. The few who were wounded said that it came at them from the shadows when they least expected it. It was described multiple ways. Some called it a hairy baboon. Others called it a spiky creature. One person said it looked like it was made of mirror glass.
Sounds exciting.
All right, let's go home.
So what did we find?
We just pumped him for information about the monster.
And realistically, he had none.
Death.
It seems to be pretty powerful,
They described it looking a few different ways, so
but we could not ascertain whether it had magic attacks or just lots of melee.
there's a laboratory that she
The
keeps
wounded
some
all
birds.
came out, had horrible gashes and cuts.
Okay.
Well, let's go on in.
Yeah. Let's invite ourselves into the tower.
Okay. So, the group enters the first room. I'll go ahead and share the map now.
Kind of preparation we can do.
So, I'm going to put you guys on the map. As you can see, it's pretty tight quarters.
Yeah, it is.
This will basically be
My
Gamelon
favorite.
following, or Gamelon is who will move, and everyone else is following, however available. And who am I missing? Weedall. Okay.
Wow.
Okay. So this looks like an antechamber. There are doors on the east, west, north, and south. There are double doors leading outside, which are ajar now. The
What
doors
is Steve doing?
We're investigating.
He's copying and pasting the text when he does it.
Oh wait. Oh, how did I do that? I don't know what's going on with my
idea.
stuff. I don't
That's
know what my
weird,
stuff is
man.
doing. Yeah. I don't know what's going on.
The
Whatever
door to
you're
the
doing.
north that goes into the stairwell has been torn off of the hinges and is lying in the doorway. On the floor in the center of the room is a large triangular piece of mirror glass. It's about 2 feet wide and about 2.5 feet long.
There's a piece of glass on the floor.
Yeah. Mirror
Like,
glass.
this looks like it's part of the mirror, maybe?
It's a piece of mirror.
Of a mirror. Okay.
I'm just revealing what all you can see here.
I'm sorry. Where was the mirror glass located?
Right in the center of the room.
Oh, the one we're in.
Just laying flat on the floor. It's like if someone just busted a big triangle of mirror. It's about 2 feet wide, 2.5 feet long. When you look
I
down
want to
into
kind
it,
of like
Okay.
move it with my shoe
okay,
to do anything.
it moves. It's heavy. I mean, you would expect it to be heavy. But yeah,
How big is it? Like,
it's a triangle that's 2 feet at the base, and it's about 2.5 feet from the base to the tip, like an isosceles triangle.
Lean it on the wall.
There
Lean
are
it on
no
the wall. Mirror
mirrors.
side towards the wall.
There are
Okay.
no mirrors on the wall.
And we'll
Nope.
keep proceeding in.
No, the rest of the chamber is pretty bare. This is just an entrance hall.
Yeah. It's part of the creature.
Okay.
oh, I
Okay.
want to pick that glass up and stick it in my bag of holding.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Will it
I want to
fit?
put that in my handy haversack.
2 feet in diameter at the mouth and 4 feet deep.
Okay. Sure. You jam a very large piece of broken mirror glass into your backpack. So the stairwell here runs up the center of the tower from the floor to the roof. The stairwell is very broad. It's over 10 feet across. It allows for a good flow of traffic. The stairs on the right side are ascending up, and then there's a large wall here. But you would expect that the left-hand stairs are normally going to go down. Outside of that, there's a door to your east and west, as well as the stairwell going up.
Well, let's check out the ground floor before we head all the way up.
Okay.
I'm looking for tracks in the dust. I'm assuming with an 11, I probably don't find much.
Okay. Yeah, you don't find anything. There's not a lot of dust. This is actually very well-kept floors. You do, however, see blood smears on the floor. They're actually on the steps. It's a lot of blood that's been running down, but there's bloody footprints leading out, so it might be someone who escaped while wounded. The doorway opens up into a passageway that extends 20 feet to the north. It's 5 feet wide. There's a doorway at the end of the hall, as well as a doorway on the west wall.
All right. Push in. Actually, wait a second. I can see right here. Let's go through these side doors first. Oh, that looks like it might be a short room.
Okay. So, this appears to be some sort of waiting room. The walls of the chamber are draped with tapestries. The floor is covered with a blue rug woven with the image of a fiery phoenix. The furniture consists of 2 comfortable sofas and a table. On the table, propped up against the north wall, is a large squarish piece of mirror glass. It's about 3 foot by 2 feet. 3 feet by 3 feet.
Break it.
It's jagged, though. It's not less like a perfect square.
That was just for my own edification.
Okay.
Huh. All right then.
I
Turn this
wonder if
one
these-
face.
By the way, here, let me
Yeah.
click this. I've got
I
box
wonder if
text
these
for most of these rooms, so
mirrors are
you guys
portals
can also read the box
for the
text as I'm
creature.
done.
I'm gonna turn the mirror face down.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not because I don't like the way I look, but because I don't like having my life sucked out through one.
Okay. So, let's see. Nace has enough knowledge for whatever reason with a Mirror of Life stealing to know that if it's broken, it would no longer function.
It's all right. I've got my own.
Also, this is
superstitions.
way more, like, you've already found more glass than the description of this mirror. This mirror is described to be about 2 feet by 4 feet.
I'm still flipping it down because I have
Yeah, no problem.
superstitions.
No problem. You tip the mirror down to the ground, or down flat on the table.
Flat on the table, yeah. All right.
We try
Nothing much
breaking
else
it.
in here. Beetle, try that other room over there.
What'd you say, Brian?
I just don't know if anyone want to try breaking it.
Gotta find another piece in this room.
Probably.
Okay. This room appears to be a common hall. The chamber has 2 long tables with benches behind them against the walls. One large fireplace on the west wall, and then on the mantelpiece above the fireplace is a large piece of mirror glass. It's kind of a busted up oval. It's about a foot tall and about 2 feet wide.
Yeah, it gets a ball bearing right into the middle of it.
Okay. Give me a dexterity check.
Using a slingshot or something?
Yeah.
Wow, nice roll. Okay, you whip it out there as hard as you can, and as it hits, it just spiderwebs the glass, and it all just slowly crumples in and falls. A couple shards come down to the ground and smash. It's broken into lots of little tiny shards now.
This room's clear.
I'd rather we just put them face down and make thousands of tiny shards.
I pick up my ball bearing because I still need all my 1,000 of them.
Okay,
Checking out this side room over here.
sure.
And I've got light on the shield so I can see where I'm going. I don't know if there's torches in here or not.
Okay.
Now, how well lit is this?
It's really not. It's your torchlight or whatever light spell you bring.
Around me, it's very well lit.
Yeah.
I'll have to cast light on my shield.
My crossbow's not doing anything.
Okay.
I don't know what's going on with my character in here.
Tokens are locked. Alrighty.
Listening at the door, then in we go.
Sorry, let me unlock them here. Didn't mean to lock them yet. Okay. Boop. All right. So this room has several racks of wines and a few large kegs of beer. Delicately balanced on bottlenecks, facing the door, is a large squarish piece of mirror glass. It's about 1.5 feet by 1.5 feet square.
Tip it up against the wall again.
Oh, I want to put that one in my bag of holding.
Okay.
All right.
You
It fits.
collect the mirror glass and put it into your bag.
We're gonna have a very angry creature inside the bag of holding.
Good. It's in a pocket dimension. Enjoy.
Yeah. Just don't reach in and get anything.
I can reach in. You get to pull out whatever you want.
We'll have a swig of beer and then proceed on our way.
Can
Okay.
I activate my divine sense?
Sure. How long does it last and what's the range?
Oh, what was it? That was Minute.
A minute sounds right. Checking your abilities here. Divine Sense. The presence of strong evil registers on your senses like a noxious odor, and powerful good rings like heavenly music in your ears. As an action, you can open your awareness to detect such forces. Until the end of your next turn, you know the location of any celestial fiend or undead within 60 feet. It is not behind total cover. You know the type of any being and presence you sense, not its identity. Within the same range, you can also detect the presence of any place or object that has been consecrated or desecrated within the Hallow spell. Use this feature a number of times. How long was it?
A minute.
It said till the end of your
Your
next
next
turn.
turn.
Oh,
Oh, to the end of your
Seconds.
next turn. Okay.
So it's kind of a flash.
So, when are you doing that?
I was hoping to do it now, but I guess if it's
No, I mean,
turn-based,
but
I
where?
guess-
Like where? Because, like right now, that means you are standing right there in this corner.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
I'm saying,
So
did you
everything
want
else
to
will
get
be
into a
hidden to me.
room and then use your divine sense?
Yes, that would be once we get into. I'll
Okay.
do that. Yes.
So, in this large chamber is stored a great quantity of the goods necessary for the upkeep of an estate like Redemron's. There are bolts of cloth, leather, seasoned wood for carpentry and making weapons, furniture stored because it was broken or not currently needed, clothing made in anticipation of need or stored in large wooden chests. Propped up on a wooden chair with a broken leg is a medium-sized chunk of mirror glass that is turned to face the doorway. This one here.
Oh,
Lay it face down on the ground.
they're not
Karnan,
portals.
go ahead and expend
That's how
one of your
it's
uses of
tracking
Divine
us.
Sense.
It's how it's tracking us.
And I'm assuming
it can
Karnan's
see
going to make
us.
his way into the room so he can use it.
Clearly, yeah.
Okay. You sense. Okay.
It's within 60 feet, but not behind total
Yeah, I'm
cover.
seeing if it's within 60 feet.
I think the cover thing means it can't go through floors, though, doesn't it?
Let's see. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Oh, okay. I think it's you sense it, but you can't tell where it is if it's in total cover, correct? Hold on. I'm reading Divine Sense again to make sure I read this right. You know the location. You know the location of any celestial fiend or undead within 60 feet of you that is not behind total cover.
I think it's
Okay.
behind cover. I don't sense it. Essentially.
So,
is what it sounds like.
the mirror. First it washes over you, just this wave of stench. And then the mirror in your vision glows with just a green trace. Nobody else witnesses this. You can sense a fiend within the mirror. Or like the mirror is tainted by a fiend. As you look at it, all of you see this. In the reflection of the mirror, there is a... Hold on. I guess I can just put it on the map. Everybody roll for initiative. From the reflection in the
Rolls
mirror,
continue.
there is a creature that is moving with... it looks almost like an ape, except it has mirrors for skin. Like just thousands of facets of mirrors. As you see it rising up from behind a crate, staring hungrily at Nace. It has a wide-rimmed mouth filled with slivers of mirror.
Indeed.
Okay.
Well, that's ghastly.
It...
Let me reflect on this a moment.
Nice.
Ha
Okay, so let me pull this up here. And I definitely need this handy. It goes first.
Okay.
And there's a shift and flash. And it's suddenly standing there as it shifts.
See,
So the reflection in the mirror, as
you can
you
use
can
the
see
mirror.
it there, and as you glance at the mirror, it literally steps like it bounds over the stuff in the reflection and emerges from the mirror.
Gotcha. Clever girl.
Yep. So turning those mirrors down, pretty good idea.
And it will then
And putting them in the bag, pretty good idea. Throwing a ball bearing, maybe not such a good idea.
Good idea.
Just so we're
Yeah,
clear.
that'll be good.
it then tries to bite Gamelon.
It's gonna get a warding flare.
Warding flare? Okay, I thought it might. All right, so drop it on yourself.
Yep, I'm getting there. All right,
Perfect.
got it.
All right, it attempts to bite. Oh, that was the wrong thing to drag. Okay. Boop. It gets a 16. Missing.
Which misses.
Nice.
Would have connected if it hadn't dropped. Okay. At that point, it man, I need to look over here. Okay. That will not be the end of its turn. It goes. Let's see.
Does more mean stuff.
Oh, I
can't
should probably
use the
lock
mirror
tokens.
twice.
I'm gonna switch to the
Right?
combat mode here.
Not twice on its turn.
We can't
Oh.
do what?
Hey, 8-Bit
Do
Wyatt,
a mirror
thinking of
shift.
GMA games, do you have any tips? It's 5e. If you've got people who haven't played it, Lost Mines of Phandelver. Fantastic starter adventure, wonderfully made for new DMs.
Yep.
I can't recommend it enough. That would be what I would say if it's going to be your first time DMing.
You might try Tomb of Annihilation. That's a good easy one too.
Yeah, Tomb of Annihilation's really well written. It definitely helps handhold a new DM.
Yeah, but it murders all your players.
It will murder all your players. That is quite true.
You're gonna have a lot of fun.
It'll murder all of them. Sorry, I was checking its movement rate.
More of an advanced. It's advanced for advanced players, but it's fun if you.
Okay, I got it.
Gamelon, I wish you had
Okay.
Sentinel.
So, you see it. After it tries to bite Gamelon, it dashes out of the room and disappears.
Yar. Okay. I mean, I don't have any AO because I use my reaction.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, Stefan, your turn.
I will move here, here,
Okay.
then here, and put the mirror down.
Okay, so
is
you're
that an
moving
action or
up to there. You
Yeah.
could. What do you want to do? Just knock the mirror down off the
yeah, well,
chair? You want it face down.
yeah, I'm thinking I don't want to break it or anything. I just want to set the mirror down.
Okay, if you want to
And-
set it down, you could do it as a free action still.
All right.
So
Then,
you get one free action per round. So you can just grab it and set it to the ground without like shattering it.
And then I will move a few more feet. Maybe. Sorry, mouse is being crazy here. Let's see.
Which direction?
I'm gonna go right here.
Okay. Yeah, no problem. That's 25 feet of movement. You can see down the hallway. Both doors appear to be
then-
shut.
I'm gonna pass turn.
Actually, I might have lied. No, I lied. This door is open. It was not open before.
Probably can't.
Okay,
Line of sight. Yep,
let's
it's fine.
see. Hold on.
It had more than 30 feet.
You're
of
also kind of in the path of others.
Oh.
I mean,
Well,
not really. There's
Okay, Steve,
Well, like he had 5 more feet of movement.
you
left
see
for
this.
I can move.
You see the fiend come dashing out of the room. And turn the corner before it vanishes again.
Did Karnon tell us it was a fiend, or do we just know it's a big mirror thing?
It's a free action for him to call it out.
Hey,
Maybe I'm gonna rate it ready in action. If that's still an option, I'm gonna do that.
Yes.
Then I'll pass
can ready
turn.
an action. What was your ready to action?
I'm gonna get my heavy crossbow ready.
Okay, to shoot it if you see it?
Yep.
Okay, then as it runs by here, you see it. So it dashes out of that room and starts running by. It runs off the hall, but you get one shot at it.
All right.
Does he get the bonus damage?
No, because that's got to be on his turn, not when you're taking a reaction, I think. I don't know, you could look it up to see. He'll get an extra D8 if he does, so.
You're thinking sharpshooter,
Um,
Brian?
No, you're.
I would just try to hit it.
hold. As a reaction, as you raise your bow, all of a sudden it splits, and there are 4 of them. They're all overlapping each other, on top of each other.
the
I know that one.
image.
Yes,
That old trick.
mirror image. So there are 4 of
Alright.
them. What's a good way to indicate this? I'm just going to put it. I'm just going to put a 4.
He had 10 more movement feet of movement speed his first turn too.
Who?
I get
Stefan.
plus 10.
He's not in the way though.
Oh yeah.
He only used 25 of it though, so he has 15
Right.
more
You
feet.
still have 15 feet of movement before you're ready to your action.
I was just
Although at this
letting him
point, this
know.
is a ready to action now.
Yeah.
Does it say anything?
It's just
Is it the first
it's,
attack
if
in
you
the round?
take your
10
turn.
feet, yes.
If you take an okay, sorry.
The attack action on your turn?
At the start of your first turn of each
Okay.
combat, your walking speed increases by 10
Okay,
feet.
yeah.
If you take the attack action on that turn.
Okay, then no. So this is a ready to action. Okay, so but you get your shot at it.
I get
Is
one
this
shot.
sharpshooter or not?
I think I'm confused by the whole deal, so I'm just gonna shoot.
Shoot regular? Okay.
Oh man, hold on, let me get my maps all right, or my windows all right here.
So there's 4 of those fiends in that one square.
Mirror image, man.
Yeah. It's
Okay.
mirror
I
image.
guess I'm just
Yeah.
aiming in the middle.
Yeah, he casts mirror image as a reaction.
Come on. One more time.
So you probably don't know.
Oh, that's not very good.
This,
14. Well, actually, so you roll. Yeah, it misses. You don't hit any of them.
All right.
I mean, he has
I'm
to
gonna-
hit for your roll, I think.
Slide over one box.
Actually, you roll first. It's to determine what he's targeting. So you
Gotcha.
roll first, and then if you roll high enough, or if it rolls high enough, then you target one of the things, and it has a lower armor class than it does. So it's
Gotcha.
actually easier to hit the mirror
Maybe you can't
images.
move. You're taking a reaction.
But I still missed.
Yeah.
All right. Sliding over
Got the
5.
You,
Link
you
mirror
can't slide,
image.
man. It's a reaction.
All right, fair enough.
Yeah.
All right.
You don't need to. We can diagonal past you just fine.
All right.
Oh, you know what? He did. You do actually hit one of the images. So it's a 6 or higher for you to end up targeting an image. So you end up targeting an image, and so as your bolt passes through, it's actually dead center, and it just winks out of existence as you hit. It actually kind of bursts into like a million little shard fragments that just dissolve into nothing. But there are now 3 images of the Mirror Fiend.
All right.
So is this thing? There's 3 of them that aren't the real thing, and one of them is the actual image. Is
Oh,
that
there's
how it works?
2 that are fake. 1 is real.
Yeah, there's 3 images. 2 of them are a
The
mirror
3
image.
images.
Yeah,
I
there's
thought there
3
was 4.
shapes, but only one of them is the real one.
There were 4, but Stefan hit one.
Yeah, when
Oh,
you
okay,
hit one of the
okay.
mirror images, they go away.
Oh, okay, good.
There we go. All right, had to get the thing going. All right, anything else for Stefan?
Nope.
Okay, it disappears around the hallway. Let's see, that was 10. Okay. Gamelon, your turn.
Well, I see what I saw, so I'm going to bless using the prayer bead. Bam.
Okay, nice.
Then I'm moving 5, 10, 15, 30, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Okay.
It's not down this hall no more.
I can at least reveal that half of the room you can see. So it looks like some sort of dry storage room.
Okay.
You can see a cupboard and a big stack of cots. All right, Karnan. It's 15 movement to get to there through Weedle, by the way.
Andrew muted.
Okay, so he disappeared around the lower corner. So
Stefan could have
15
shouted
movement.
out that it was heading towards the stairs. That's the last he saw it. Yes, that'd
Okay, can I
be
go
10,
there?
15, 20, 25, 30. That's 30 movement. The
You
door
have
takes an
35
action to
feet of
open.
movement.
Yeah, but the door takes an action to open, just FYI.
Oh, this door?
Or is it a free
Oh,
action
we've
to
been
open a door?
shutting the doors behind us?
You're right, you guys
That's
went
where
through
we
it.
came
Never
in.
mind. Never mind. It's open. You don't see it. You have 5 feet of movement left.
Interesting. Well, then I guess I will move to here, and I will ready an action with my longbow.
Okay. To attack it if you see it.
Correct.
Okay. Weedall.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. Okay, so I'm going to move up to here. That's 45. I am using feline agility.
Okay. I'll
Right.
reveal the rest of it. So you can see a staircase continuing up. That's basically right here.
Okay, that's 45, 50. I'll move here.
Okay. You can see a landing at the top of the steps, and there'll be basically an open portal right there, a doorway
Okay, but I do not see it.
on the top floor. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and reveal that portion of the upper floor.
Okay.
So you'll have to expand your map a little, be able to see it all, but
But I don't see it.
you do not see it. That is correct.
And that door's open. Okay.
Sorry, I'm going to zoom out a little bit because the map now has the second floor showing.
Okay, then I'm going to move
Which
back
door
10
did you point at?
Oops.
Okay, you're moving back.
I'll
Oh,
move
I'm
back-
not there. You showed it.
Basically, every door that's revealed is open right now.
And I'm going to ready an action to attack if it comes back down.
Okay, with...
We'll say the short swords.
Okay, no problem. So that brings us to Nace.
Okay, so this room had the shattered mirror, right?
Correct.
And
This one.
this one had a giant mirror, or was that one I picked up?
That's the 1.5 by 1.5 you put in your bag.
Okay.
Everything's been
Is
picked up.
this one the bottom left, the big room that we set face down?
Yep.
Yes.
It's face down on the desk. Or table.
Every mirror has been dealt with the exception of if there's one in the room by me.
Okay, I'm gonna cast Shillelagh.
Okay.
So that would be 40 feet of movement. So that's
Okay.
50 feet. Is this mirror up again?
Yes,
It is not.
apparently.
It is not. It's still on the table.
What's that?
There's a mirror looking at you.
Yeah.
It's hard to see
Okay.
it though, past the mirror fiend that is scrabbling
Hey.
across the floor.
All right, I
Okay.
got my Shillelagh down. I'm happy.
Okay,
So
If you
maybe
want,
shattering
you
the
can
mirror
stop
is
here.
a good idea.
you could have seen it when you were here. You could have stopped there if you wanted.
No, I want to
Okay.
base this bastard.
Okay, you base it.
I wanted to base it.
You've got a bless.
And I want to tell everyone it's here or whatever and shout out.
Okay. Yeah, you scream out that you found it. Start of round 2. No recharge. All right. Well, the first thing it does is try to bite you.
Okay.
And it connects with a 20.
Wow.
And-
Hey, wait. I'm out.
Uh-oh.
Hellish Rebuke.
It has to do damage first.
Yeah, link it for me, though.
I think it has to do damage, doesn't it?
Pretty sure it's going to pull that off.
You point your finger, and the creature that damaged you is momentarily surrounded by
Surrounded
hellish,
by
flames. The
Takes
creature must make a
2d10
dexterity
fire on a failed save, half as much on a successful one. Okay.
check.
So
And
first,
it actually
it's
does
damage.
more because it's a slightly higher level.
So, when it lands its bite, it moves so quickly and fast. It bites you with soul slivers of mirror, which boost its damage a little bit.
Okay.
Sounds like it hurts.
Well, that
And
sucks.
It does a total of 28 points of damage.
Oh,
forgot to-
man.
I forgot to target.
Wow.
There we go. Heavily wounding you.
Ouch.
Well, rebuke him back.
Yeah, so go ahead and drop your save. Or hold on. Don't drop your save just yet. Okay, you can drop your saving throw on him.
We're supposed
He
to do
makes
more
it
than 2d10.
with a 24.
We take
Oh, that was
that.
a bad roll.
So he takes a total of 6 damage.
that
Wow,
was
that was a
such
bad
a
roll.
bad roll.
Man, no, he won't. Okay, so yeah, he takes a total of 6 damage. As you cast it on him, you feel it like refracts away from him, and he is not affected by the full brunt of the magic. He had advantage on his saving throw. But he takes 6 damage, and was that a reaction?
Yeah.
He will stay
I
in.
don't remember. Does my Aura of Protection help him at all on that?
Is he within 10 feet of you?
I
Yeah,
am.
it would help Nace. It would help Nace's saving throws. All right, that's his turn. He does not move. He stays on you. Stefan, your turn. You heard a shout from the south. You heard Nace call out that he found him. You then also hear a whoosh, like fire magic going off. And I don't know if Nace screamed. He doesn't seem like a bitch. But he did get munched really hard.
Mm. I'm a little concerned about this room next to Gamelon. How many extra does it take to climb over top of him?
To get past him, just 5 extra feet of movement. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 to get to this square?
I'm going in.
Yeah, go for
Okay,
it.
so 30 to get to there, no problem.
Yep.
I'm gonna
Well,
back you
Right
up
in
there,
the middle
JJ.
of all of them.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah,
Right in the
there's
middle.
8 fiends in here. No, I'm just kidding. All right. So, this large chamber stored a great quantity of goods necessary for the upkeep of the chamber, just like the other one. Propped up on a wooden chest is a medium-sized chunk of mirror of glass that is turned to face the doorway. It's in this square right here.
Do
Let's
I have enough
move down.
movement to get over there?
Got
5 more feet?
No, you're out. That was 30 to get to there.
Alright.
You have a
Put an
bow.
arrow in it, man.
It's 5 feet away
maybe-
from you.
Should I shoot it? Maybe I'll shoot it. Do I just... Yeah, I want to shoot it.
Okay, you want to put a bolt into it? No problem.
Yeah.
Just roll an attack roll.
Don't fail.
Alright.
That ball bearing is looking better now.
Right.
Hey, man.
You never know.
Wife
That's why
is
we play
messaging
the
me a
game.
lot. Let me see here.
Oh yeah.
If they can come out of face down mirrors, they can come out of shattered mirrors, whatever.
Yeah, I think you're probably right. But maybe they come out as little ones we can just step on.
Okay, yeah,
How do you
23.
affect
You
this spell?
easily hit the mirror. What's your damage bonus?
Let's
+3?
see.
+4?
+4.
Okay. It's feasible the mirror could survive. Go ahead, roll your damage.
No.
Oh,
Yeah.
no. You hit
Yeah.
it dead center. It just shatters into a million little pieces. Shards fly all over the wall. That mirror is gone.
That's my turn.
Okay. Gamelon.
Moving for 30.
Okay. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Yeah. Actually, 30 would be there, because you can't move diagonal through a doorway.
Oh.
I think. I don't know. Do you guys want to be able to move diagonal through doorways? If you can, monsters can. It's up to you.
I don't think we should.
Okay.
I will say double doors you can move diagonal, but single doors, no.
Yeah, I
Thank you.
like the double doors diagonal,
Yeah.
but the single is just like that's a corner. It's
Sure.
You can't really cut it.
Okay, fair enough.
You see it. Standing right there.
I do see it standing right there. What to do? What to do? I'm going to attack it with a guiding
Oh.
bolt.
Brian, roll a d20. That rebuke might have hit an image instead. No, you hit it. Okay.
No, I hit it.
You did
Like,
not
it
hit
was
an
a
image.
shitty
You hit
roll. Damn it!
Oh, does it still have images up? How many images
It
does
has
it have up?
2 additional images. There are 3 total.
Oh, so we just need a bunch of hits into it.
But you said
That seems like. In that case, I'm going to cast Spiritual Weapon. So, I will cast it so that it appears, I guess, right behind it.
Oh, nice.
Okay, that works. I will get your token. Boop. Oh, it's heartbreaking.
And
The token's right next to all the bots.
and I will
Mr. Percy.
attack.
Okay,
Do I have him targeted? Mirror Fiend 3 target. Attack. All right.
attacking with
The
Sacred
spiritual
Flame.
weapon.
Oh, spiritual weapon. Gotcha. Yeah.
Ugh.
Misses with an 18. Oh, I'm sorry.
Wow.
First roll a
Damn it.
d20.
An
You need
18.
an 11 or higher. No. Was it an 8 or higher?
6 or higher?
Hold on. I'm reversing it. Really,
I
I'm supposed
thought
to
it was
roll.
3 or higher.
I'm supposed to roll. I'm just reversing it to
I
let
think
you
it's
roll.
like 14 or higher.
Where the shit is mirror image? God damn it. I just had the spell up and I can't find it. Mirror image. 6 or higher to target a duplicate with 3. With 2, you need an 8 or higher, which means 7. You needed to beat a 13. You did not. So you hit an image. And you did hit the image. So there are
2 images left.
I'm gonna write 1. There's 1 mirror image left. There are 2.
And now it's an 11 or
instances
higher.
of it. Yeah. Now you need
to roll
11 or
damage
higher.
on the image, or does it just pop?
You don't need to roll the damage. You just have to hit it. And you did hit it. So your
right.
spiritual weapon appears and swipes and goes right through, and another image again shatters like it's a mirror being hit. And as it shatters out, the pieces all dissolve into nothing before they hit the ground.
All right, that's what I can do.
Okay?
You have to roll that d20, right?
I'm supposed to roll it. I've been letting you guys
Got it.
roll it because it's fun, but I'll
Gotcha.
roll it because it's less confusing. Karnan,
Oh,
you're up. You can actually see it from where you're at.
Does it have cover with these guys?
Yes, it will have cover.
Wait, if he could see it, didn't he get his reaction?
He did get your reaction. He got more than his reaction.
Yeah.
You could have just attacked it. I'm sorry. I have not been fair to you, Karnan. You could have just attacked it, so go ahead. This is for last turn. You could have taken your longbow shots at it instead of readying an action.
You get 2 turns.
So you could have just shot it twice. This is my mistake. I had it hidden and didn't realize where it was standing. But Brian's right. You had line of sight from the get-go. In fact, you had line of sight before you couldn't see it, right?
I was the one who found it
Yeah.
on accident, so...
Yeah.
In fact, we'd all would anyway.
Oh, whatever. Let's just play it.
Exactly.
Okay, so
Yeah.
what do I need
Deal.
to do?
Let's do it.
I mean, I could just say it was here, and then
Exactly.
Roll your
It's
just
fine.
roll your
Fine.
attack, man.
It's
I'll
fine.
just roll my
Say-
attack roll.
roll your attack roll.
All right.
I know why, because whenever you had initially said it, he was here. And then
Right.
you guys told him he has 5 more feet of movement.
Yeah, it's all right.
It's all good.
It's all good.
Just a game.
Smack it, man.
Well, do I want to move to avoid cover then?
No, this is last turn.
This is
Attack
last
for
turn.
last turn.
You get
Oh,
to
this is
attack
the
for
last
last
turn.
turn. Yeah.
We're retconning a bit.
You're shooting your bow, right? Hold on. Your first shot targets hit. You hit with a 26.
Image.
Get him.
Image.
For 11 damage. It takes full 11 too. Your
Yeah, was that the
second
image?
shot- No, that was a regular one. The
Alright,
second
yeah.
one, your second shot is at an image.
It's all right.
So you hit it, and the last image is dissipated. So now it's just the Mirror Fiend. Now it's your turn. For this time.
Yes. Get him.
He's got cover now.
Okay. So he has cover now, so
-2.
Does Karnon have sharpshooter?
no.
Okay.
He's got-
I wonder if it's worth moving up here then.
You really can't with Nate standing there unless you stand immediately next to it, and then he gets AOs on you.
Oh, yeah, okay.
At
never
the
mind, I'll
end
just
of
go with it then.
He
Gamelon's
doesn't-
turn, sorry. At the end of Gamelon's turn, it swipes at Nace with its claws.
No, it doesn't. Well, I mean, it does, but hold
Oh,
on.
are you going to make him miss?
Yeah.
Well, he missed anyway.
He
but-
missed.
Okay.
I didn't
Hey.
wait. That's on me.
If he
don't have
can
to use that.
retcon, we can retcon.
Yeah, don't check it off. Yeah, don't check it off. I didn't wait. So
All right. Take that,
yeah.
take that.
So he swipes with his claws as a legendary action and misses. So Karnak,
Legendary?
it's now your turn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man,
Yeah.
now I don't want to be
Like
a
I said-
melee with it.
Like I said, you don't know our DM.
Yeah. Just remember, I can throw that warded player to teammates now.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, so
I just wanted to make it back to my turn.
I missed on my first attack.
How does an 18 miss?
It's hard to hit.
Apparently.
It might even have glanced off of it, but it's all these angled
This is
mirrors.
how Jason feels when he attacks most of us.
So I take my second
Yep, second shot.
attack.
I mean, he's got bless, so You swing.
Oh, not that
Dramatic
one.
miss.
Another
Holy
whiff
cow.
of Rooney.
He still got a 10 though.
Wow.
That's
Double
pretty
one.
impressive.
That's crazy.
You roll double ones and still get a 10. I would take
All
that.
right. Well, I think that's about all I got.
Dang.
Okay.
5, 10, 15.
Weedall. Hold on. After Karnan goes, no, nothing. Okay, go ahead.
Can I get to this square here
Yes.
I don't know.
with 30?
5, 10, 15, 20,
Yeah, you can
25,
get there
30.
with
That'd be 35.
What?
Mhm.
That's 35 to
That's
go
what I
through
thought.
Gamelon.
Gotta go through me.
Why?
Because
It's
he's got to go
5,
through Gamelon Square.
10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Oh, sorry.
5, 10, 15, 20. Oh, yeah, Brian's right. I miscounted.
30.
It's only 3 squares to the door.
Okay, then
So
that's
yeah,
what I'm
you
ready.
can get there with 30 movement.
I just couldn't click the move.
If you're
with
attacking
Game
through the
On.
doorway, he has partial cover.
Okay, -2, got it.
I believe in you.
I believe in me.
Got it.
I believe in Bliss. Nope.
17, Whifferoony.
I believed in you.
Well, it was a 17.
Yeah.
Wait, you have
Well, an
another
18 missed.
attack.
I don't know what you were expecting.
There we go.
Why does he
Aw,
have 2
I got him
attacks?
that time.
Offhand?
I'm
Oh,
doing the
offhand.
offhand.
Offhand, that's right. I'm sorry, I forgot you had an offhand. You're blooding.
Oh boy.
Oh, you're just doing
No,
the 3?
No,
Fine
what are
with
you
me.
doing? Sneak attack that. I am adjacent.
Jesus.
Oh, sorry.
I wasn't going to say anything.
Thank you, Brian.
All right. Let's see, this is 3d6, so I'm just going to roll this and drop it on him.
Oh boy.
Oh, boy.
So 7 more, but
The
you
Weedle.
also need to remove that effect from yourself.
Oh, did I put it on me? Oh,
You added the effect, which doesn't do anything until your next damage roll. So
okay.
just
Well, I rolled.
go into your effects and remove it. You can take your own
Yep.
effects off.
I'll do it.
Okay, you managed to connect for 10 damage
10
total.
damage.
It doesn't help. We're kind of rolling like shit.
Yeah,
great.
it didn't.
Not great.
Didn't help at all. No, that was it. That was everything. Because I used my bonus action to attack, so I can't use my bonus action for anything else. So I'm done. All right, 10 damage, guys.
I mean, all we did is, we're doing okay. Don't worry about it.
All right. As a bonus action, we're going to do a bunch of these.
Bunch of Woo.
Okay.
Wow. All right. How much did you heal for?
I don't
7,
know.
8, 11,
8,
16
9.
points of
16.
damage.
It's not bad.
I needed
Half.
that.
Half of what he took.
It's all good, man.
All
All
right.
right.
Targeting the
Then we're-
Mirror Fiend and doing what?
Hit him.
He has no mirror images, correct?
That is correct. There are no mirror
right
images
now.
at the moment.
Okay, then we're going to try Booming Blade.
Okay.
Ooh.
Well, a 26 is going
Yes.
to connect. Holy
Yes.
shit.
That is awesome. That bless.
Okay. Now wait, which one is
Oh, the
it?
bless
He
added
rolled an
1.
18. He did that himself.
I have to remember which one I add on to myself. Oh, it's the effect for an extra 1d8. What? It's okay if he wants to move. I'm all right with it. Oh, I just clicked the ability and then I roll damage. Got it.
Just wreck him.
We still get an extra 1d8 of thunder.
Wow.
Nice.
Vulnerable.
Oh, no!
He's vulnerable.
You guys weren't supposed to find it that quick. He is vulnerable to thunder damage.
Oh,
Oh.
nice.
I see
Yeah.
some thunderous smite coming.
Oh, I gotta get the fuck out of this room now.
Oh, that feels good. Yeah, move. All the move.
Yeah, because
Hey.
you not only take the moving damage, but you take 2 reaction attacks.
Is it a
You should,
saving throw? Or is it just you take the
No,
damage?
it's a you. Congratulations on your thunder damage.
Oh, fuck.
Brian, sidestep.
Ouch.
Brian, sidestep.
All right, I'm getting
Oh, fuck. This is gonna hurt.
All right,
Oh,
all right. There you
wait,
go.
wait.
Nice.
Okay. And you're done? Oh,
Yeah.
no, that doesn't do him any good. Shit.
Why? Why?
You were out of the
If
way.
you
I could
50
run out of
step-
the room, but you broke the fucking mirror in there. God damn it.
No, this one's not broken.
No, this one.
The one in the across room
The ball
Yeah.
bearing
that's
mirror.
broken.
Yeah.
The ball bearing worked.
Yeah.
You did it, Weedall.
All
The
right.
mirror in this room is still alive.
All right. Well, first off, shit. All right. Action. Fuck.
Did he move? Tell me when he moves.
He's thinking about it.
Well, no. At the end of Brian's turn, all of a sudden it goes like shh, and it literally it almost like comes apart and is sucked in. Oh, it's not, because you
That
guys
mirror's
are fucking
upside down.
dicks. You guys are fucking assholes.
No, we solved some shit on accident for
God
once ahead of
damn,
time.
This is bad. This is really bad. Okay, did it okay, next turn, please recharge. Recharged. Okay. As a reaction, it casts mirror image.
It can take a reaction on its own turn.
You can use a reaction at any time.
Okay.
So, as a reaction, if it can see a mirror, it can cast mirror image. It's on a recharge, though.
Where does it see a mirror?
Right here.
No, that mirror is upside down. It
Upside
sees a blank
Back.
piece
You're
of.
right. He can't do it yet. He's got a backup. I'm debating if
Okay.
he should try attacking first. Yeah, he might as well attack first, but he's fucked because you notice. So he tries to bite Nace, but you notice he does not have the same overwhelming advantage on you this time. So I'll clarify. He doesn't get to sneak attack you.
Because thunder? Or because it's not one-on-one?
Those are both good guesses.
We don't know. Okay.
Okay. He does connect though.
Did you disadvantage that too?
I tried to.
No. Gamelon
Oh.
did the warding flare.
Oh, sorry.
I'm asking Jason.
I'll just attack him again. You don't have to drop another warding flare on him.
I tried to.
He connected with
Shit.
both of them.
Well, hit.
Connected anyway.
Well,
I mean,
it
what-
happens.
It's worth
Sorry.
the attempt.
I gotta start waiting for that. All right. So
Oh.
he connects for 11 damage.
Also, he
He hadn't
gets
moved yet.
hellish rebuked.
Oh,
Again?
yes.
How many times can you do that?
2.
It's a spell.
No, it's not.
I have 2.
Oh, you're
I thought
casting
it
your
was
second spell slot to do it again.
Yeah.
It's a reaction.
Yeah.
And he just had his turn, so he's got his reaction up. It's a reaction casting time spell, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
All right,
Okay.
hit him with another rebuke. Hold on. He has advantage on the save.
Well,
He succeeded on the
so
first one, so don't worry about it.
Better roll.
That was a lot better.
That was still good.
Wow, 32 damage. He takes
Oh,
half.
I didn't have him. I did have him targeted.
You had him targeted. He takes 16 more damage.
All right.
Okay. I want to do this, but I can't stay in combat.
I tried to save you, man.
He
No,
backs
I
up.
appreciate it.
Do your thunder damage.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
It's gonna hurt so bad.
Scott's
Weedall
gotta
gets an
do his-
attack too.
I'm not worried about Weedall. He's gonna miss.
Oh, it didn't have him targeted.
He probably
Yeah,
will.
you don't have him targeted when you did it.
It's
Just
because it
drag
untargeted him.
Just drag and drop it on him. Oh, when he succeeded. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Weedall can't hit this guy.
So it just does
He
double
takes
damage.
24 damage from the thunder.
That is so good.
God. Yeah, it's tearing him up. Okay.
I kind of want to hit him with that
We
mace
don't
of
miss,
smiting.
right?
See if he
Yeah,
gets
we don't
monster.
miss.
We don't missed. Yeah.
Okay.
Do you have anything thunder?
He props the mirror up. And, oh, nuts.
Have a radiant.
No, it's not that. It actually flips the mirror over flat on the table. And then dodges. And that's its turn. Stefan.
Oh, because he took an attack action.
Yeah. Oh, he can't dodge. He took an attack action. You're right. Sorry. Dodge, move. And no, that's not why this is what he did. It'll probably be more clear in a second.
Sorry.
All right, Stefan, what are you doing?
Just gonna move a little closer. Let's go.
5,
I'm gonna
10,
go
15, 20, 25.
eh,
You don't have enough movement to get into the room where they're at unless you
Right.
dash. Unless you dash. Because it's 25 to that square.
I think I'm just gonna move on the other side of the doorway from Karnon.
Okay.
Because I can't get past Gamelon, so
Sure.
I'm just gonna hang out here.
You're ready in action.
Ready action move.
At the end of
Yeah,
your
I'm gonna
turn,
ready. Yeah.
it spends 2 legendary actions and dissolves into the mirror. That's
Poof.
Gamelon, your turn. And the spiritual hammer makes
Hulk
its way
smash.
over. Connecting. Oh, by the way, its reaction, I said it mirrored up again. When it fades in, the other 2 images, or the other 3 images, all just dissipate. Like they go away whenever it sinks into the mirror. So mirror image breaks if it enters a mirror. Or we'll say it formed into one image and then dissolved. It like the shards of glass flew and literally warbled into the mirror like Stargate.
Okay.
Okay, you hit for 5 damage. That is enough to break the mirror. As the mirror shatters, you hear a horrible shriek as it takes 10 damage.
Nice.
The mirror is gone.
Someone needs to get the mirror in the big room.
On the same floor?
Yeah, the top one. It's
Okay.
like right up here.
Yeah.
I'm moving up to here.
Okay. So you're moving up to the top of the steps.
Yep, and
Okay.
this guy will move. It's 10 feet that it can move back this way.
Okay.
And just taking. I'm readying an action to attack anything which comes within melee range.
Okay. All right, guys, we are running super late tonight. With it fading into the mirror, we're going to stop right there.
Okay.
And we will pick this up next week. You guys can sit around and speculate about how this thing works. And
I like this creature.
God, you figured out it had thunder damage on turn 3. Jesus.
Well, I was
Turn
really
2.
just trying to stop it from running.
Yeah. I forgot that you had thunder damage there. It's going to be rough. So it's taken so much more damage than I expected it to this early. So
I like it. It's fun.
Yeah,
this is
I'm
my
having a
first
good time.
custom creature.
Thank you.
So we made this one from scratch. I got some feedback on a couple forums. This is about the 5th iteration of it. But you guys are doing pretty good so far.
Yeah.
All right. It's actually, I'm not making the creature up. The creature's from an adventure module, but it's from a module that was written in 1983, and I have made a 5e version of it. So
Yay.
I might submit it to D&D Beyond after this. So
I just thought maybe he was looking at us through the mirror or something. Didn't figure he'd teleport through.
Yeah, whether it was tracking us or whatever.
Yeah.
But
Mhm.
shattering
Or
the
like
mirrors
each
is the
mirror
way
was
to
a
go.
different fiend or something.
All right.
How
Those
did,
of you
how
who
did
tuned
he
in,
get?
thanks for watching. We'll see you guys next week, Monday at 8 p.m. Central. Look forward to playing. Hope you guys can come by and watch the conclusion to the fight with the Mirror Fiend in Redemaron's Tower. Bye-bye.